This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, take off your shirt and get ready to spike that volleyball because we're talking about Top Gun. I'm Hotshot.
I'm Pizza Bagel.
I'm Bupkis.
And we hate movies. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in. As always, that's right. We're talking about a big one today, folks. Top Gun from 1986, directed by the late, great Tony Scott.
The man. He rules.
The man, the myth.
It's kind of amazing that only Don Simpson died of a cocaine overdose, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Jerry made it out alive, and Tony lived to the aughts.
A little while longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. I mean, well, we should say, though, there was a stuntman that was killed.
Oh, dude, yeah, he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was not aware of this.
The movie is dedicated to him. I don't know the circumstances behind it, but it was like an IMDb trivia thing.
Dude, that IMDb trivia, it's 184 things long. I read it all on the train. And so many of it is like, the plane actually should have these kinds of rivets if you really want to know about the rivets. Or,
Man, I got your fucking rivets.
That's amazing because I listened to, I own the 4K of this, and I listened to the commentary, which includes a bunch of like the people who were like the technical advisors and all that shit. So whenever something's wrong, they're like, I mean, this isn't exactly how it goes, but who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
So if the technical advisor,
the actual people who are paid to do this, they're like, fuck it, who cares?
Well, there's some probably apocryphal story where Tony Scott was getting chewed out by some army guy about, again, that, you know what I mean? Whatever it should.
Yeah.
Oh, it was actually the amount of patches dudes were wearing on their jackets.
oh Lord,
And he's just like, we're not making this movie for army people. We're making for, he says, wheat farmers in Kansas, which is kind of like a very British thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, whatever,
Yeah.
dude, whatever those fucking shit farmers are doing.
He has quite a way with words. When the volleyball scene comes up in the commentary, he's like, "Yeah, we wanted to make something for the women and for some of the guys that beat the San Francisco guys."
oh
Oh,
man,
boy.
Tony, come on, man.
I'm like, you didn't scrub this?
Yeah, feel free to delete things from commentary tracks, Paramount. Lord knows I do all the time on this program.
Oh, Tony.
I mean, I'm sure a lot
Tony.
of people figured themselves out watching Top Gun.
Oh,
In one way or another, dude.
I was figuring myself out last night. I was like, maybe.
Oh, say. I
Everybody's
should
looking
say,
good.
this may sound shocking. Last night was the first time I watched this movie front to back.
Really?
Wow, that's interesting.
Because it was one of those movies that, like, I just never saw it as a kid. And by the time I am pushing 40, like, I know everything that happens in it, just like pop culture osmosis. Like, I'd seen scenes, of course, but never sat down to, like, we are going to watch Top Gun, all 156 minutes of it or whatever.
I think I had watched it a while ago, like all the way through, because, of course, it had always come up as a possibility for this show.
Sure.
We've
Well,
been dancing around it forever. But like, I did a big Tony Scott rewatch last year, and I went through this and True Romance, both of which I wasn't particularly fond of when I was younger. I like them both quite a bit more now.
I thought this was totally fine.
Yeah, I was. I never watched this either. I actually, the first time I watched it, because this is like a big movie for my wife because her dad was in the Navy, so she grew up kind of watching it, and also like irony reasons because this movie's kind of insane and ridiculous, and she, So I've seen it a bunch now, but I don't think I'd seen it all the way through. Similarly, until we got together like 12 years ago. However, and I think this is going to be true for everybody in this room, I've seen Hot Shots 465 times.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Least.
110% correct.
I'm
And
co-
I feel like that was also kind of part of it was I was like, Well, I've seen Hot Shots.
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
Yes.
It's my call sign for today.
They actually be together for me. Like I honestly thought Tom Cruise like boiled an egg or cooked an egg on McGillis's stomach at some point. I was like, that definitely happens.
Well, when I was even last night when I was watching the sex scene, I was like, when did they do the food? Oh no, that's from the movie Hot Shots. That is
bacon
from the parody Hot Shots.
Where's the bacon? I don't see the bacon. By the way, it's very conspicuous. We should address it. Eric is not here for this episode. He got called up to Top Pod.
That's right.
It's a team effort, but there is a best of the best, much like Top Gun.
Yeah.
They say both things, so who gives a shit? Who knows? But Eric was called up, and he needed to go in. And
he is one of the 1% of the podcasters in the country, for sure.
It's totally true.
Yeah,
We love him. He's on his own journey now. We're 3 Merlins sticking back at the base.
I
he's a Maverick.
might be a cougar. I might get out of here pretty soon.
Oh, dude, yeah. You might hang it up.
I'm thinking of a goose. I think I'm a goose.
So you're dead, is what you're saying?
Get dead or
you got a target on your back.
Merlin or goose, because it really could. It's a coin flip.
I love Merlin so much. Not just because it's Tim Robbins, but everybody else is, it's Maverick, Iceman, Hollywood, Wolfman, Merlin,
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna cast a spell on your jet.
And there's Showdown,
Sundown.
Sundown.
That's Joe Biden's call sign.
Oh man, gonna have a White House screening of Top Gun Maverick, man. It's gonna be great.
Oh, Jared, remember that song? Gordon Lightfoot, Sundown. Better take care. If you found somebody behind your stairs when you're upstairs in the jet with your friend Merlin, and Merlin is telling you that you got, take care because it's sundown. Excuse me?
Bingo.
I love it.
I love the beginning of this movie is insane. The crawl is kind of, I guess it's helpful, but this movie is jacking off to the Navy the entire time.
Oh, absolutely, dude. This is no secret bit of information. Like when the movie came out in theaters, the Navy posted up fucking recruitment tables, man, and they cleaned up.
And this movie fucking cleaned up at the box office, destroyed. I love the opening score. It does have a little intro bit where it's like, in 1969, by order of Government Boner, Top Gun was born, so that we could know who the hottest fucking hot shots were.
Right, but it's called Figure Weapons School from
Yes.
March 1969. A top 1%. But the pilots just call it Top Gun.
Oh, I'm Top Gun.
It's also like, you could take that scroll, turn it into digital text, and maybe, actually, I haven't played it in a really long time, so I don't remember. Was that at the front of the Top Gun Nintendo game?
Very possible.
Because I hadn't seen the movie until last night. I played that.
I never played the Top Gun Nintendo game.
Me neither.
If I'm remembering right, it was just kind of like flight simulatory, obviously.
Is there a bonus level where Goose is trying to find the ejector panel and you got to get it before he dies?
It's like, solve this puzzle to make the ejector seat work. Man, it's a brutal fucking death.
It's a great own.
Unbelievable.
So it's crazy. Obviously, we're doing this because Top Gun Maverick's coming out Memorial Day weekend. So this movie, this Top Gun came out to the day. The exact date, not just the year, my 2nd birthday.
Oh, wow.
May
Happy
the 16th, 1986, Top Gun comes out. I'm fucking stunned. And I don't know if this is like Paramount just being precious with the property, or Tom Cruise was like, look, someday I promise you I'll do a sequel. But how did this movie avoid the fake sequel shit? How is there not a Top Gun 2 with nobody affiliated from the film?
They did shoot Top Gun Maverick right when you were born, and it just hasn't been released until then.
Oh, I see.
It took a while. It was backed up.
No, but you're right. You're right. Though.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't there like a fucking a Top Gun 2 with Scott Bakula probably?
And this would be the thing, right? Scott Bakula as Viper for some reason, like because Tom Skerritt said, "Go fuck yourself."
There were a couple pretenders to the throne. There was a Nicolas Cage one called Firebirds, which is like about helicopters.
Oh yeah, okay. I kind of vaguely.
Barely know.
No, that's not him and Charlie Sheen. Who else is in that movie?
You're thinking
might have
Navy
been,
SEALs, I think.
Oh, Navy SEALs also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I was like, what? Like, how did this happen? And I just did like Top Gun into IMDb, and I got something. I don't know what we would do with this, because it's not a movie we would do, but it's with one of our guys from over on the Once in a Lifetime program. Check this shit out. I almost accidentally watched Top Gunner from 2020, starring Eric Roberts. Get ready for this plot synopsis. Recent graduates of a secluded U.S. Air Force base must protect a gene-editing bioweapon from the Russian military, who are desperate to seize the deadly viral agent at any cost.
You know what's fucking hilarious about that? Do the math. That movie, Top Gunner, was supposed to come out the same year Top Gun Maverick was.
Oh, man!
Because, it's your classic, Asylum Pictures trick people into renting something on streaming.
I think it is Asylum, actually.
That's their move.
I didn't even put that together.
And Asylum doesn't put something on the shelf. They're like, well, fuck it. We'll just put it out.
Well, they couldn't do that because the shelf would start overflowing with all the movies that they have making every day.
I almost fell for that when I almost watched a Transmorphers the first night.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Those fuckers love almost getting sued.
Exactly.
It's pretty brave of them, I have to say.
I love, by the way, you're talking the box office, back to back. And I would love a list of this if you have any stat nerds. Anyone else have back to back the highest grossing movies of the year? James Tolkan does, because he's got 86, 85 Back to the Future at 86, Top Gun, and he's a character in both. It's not like he's an extra. Nope. He's in the movie.
He's in this movie, and he fucking rocks really hard.
But he is Lieutenant Strickland in this.
Oh, absolutely.
Like literally, do the thing.
His call sign is Stinger. Of course it is. Principal Stinger.
It starts where they're just, we get the scroll. We get like 20 minutes of figuring out how to launch a plane, which is cool.
We're doing a lot of aircraft carrier takeoff shit. Over, of course, Highway to the Danger Zone, baby.
Yes.
This is a rock and roll movie, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's how Tony Scott said about it. He was like, I wanted to make a rock and roll movie. He got fired 3 times from this thing. And one
of them was because Don Simpson thought he was wearing a wire. You know why you got fired, Tony.
Did you hear anything I said about Columbia? No, not the movie. Yes, the movie studio, of course.
Why do you hate me, Tony? Why are you spying on me always, Tony? Why are you a spy?
Sweating.
I'm just naturally sick all the time is the problem. I just have allergies. Yes, even in December.
I'm sorry, you had a legitimate point that I probably destroyed.
I forgot.
Okay, that's right.
It's destroyed.
Oh, okay, good. Thank goodness.
Was it something about the box office?
The rock and roll movie?
Oh, rock and roll. So
there we go.
So Tony Scott had an idea, and to me, it would make this movie a lot more interesting. He had like an idea to make it more like a Verhoeven movie where everything is maximalized. Like Kelly McGillis, he wanted her in heels in every scene with big red lipstick and like a bob. And I'm like, that might have been pretty interesting. I can see that being interesting because of how openly maybe fascistic is not the best, but like pro-military.
And it is propaganda, and it is like, it is so big, and everyone, the way people talk about Maverick in this movie, literally, when Maverick's not on screen, people are asking, "Where's Maverick?"
Well, he's Jesus. So many heroes in the '80s. Any fucking military hero, he's Jesus.
But what's funny is like the structure of this movie is not what I thought it would be, which is to say, it's a school movie with airplanes. And then at the very end, we got a teeny tiny little mission, and that's the movie.
Oh, when we accidentally start World War fucking 3.
Now, did I miss something here? We're not saying the Soviet Union.
It's Libya.
Is it Libya?
It's supposed to be Libya.
Is that right?
That's what I read.
Okay,
but we're not saying Libya.
We never say Libya.
We don't say anything like that. But
we just say a MiG, which is the opposing plane is a MiG, which I do believe the Soviets used. I don't know,
but I think they sold them to Libya.
Yes, the Libyans.
Well, yeah, that's like everybody. Like they just had a hard on for Gaddafi at the time.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because there's not the flag of Libya anywhere. Not that I could fucking eyeball that.
There's some weird thing.
There are red stars on the
Yeah,
Ds.
that's what I thought it was. But I had read it's based on something called the Gulf of Sardi incident, which is when Libyan jets encountered U.S. jets because they said it was their airspace. And the U.S.
This is the flag of Libya.
Yeah,
we don't see that.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, you just got a red star, which I mean, it reads Soviet too. You know what I mean? So
The bad guys.
Exactly.
You understand, the bad guys.
Which is kind of fine, right?
Well, because
That's fine.
It's bookended with the Migs because the beginning is like,
yeah.
I guess Tom Cruise as Maverick and Anthony Edwards as Goose are flying with Cougar, John Stockwell. No relation to Dean Stockwell. I thought it was.
That was stunning. I looked up the same thing. I was like, it's got to be. Look at this guy.
The hero from Christine. Pretty good.
Oh. Yeah, I knew I'd seen him somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tim Robbins as Merlin, which is just like, I guess like maybe he was like watching the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings, like, come on, Merlin, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, that was one that it was given to him by someone else.
Well, do you make it your own or do they give it to you?
Great question. Anybody in the Navy out there, call sign designations, your choice or someone else's? Why flounder? Why not?
I saw at the end of this, it's like the huge list of all the actual pilots who help with the movie. And it's, similar, like cool names, Blackjack and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Wizard.
One of them was I think it was like Ben Rabbi Schneider. And I'm like, well, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, you called me Rabbit because I'm so fast. No, we're going to call you Rabbi because you're Jewish.
Call sign Gavilta.
That reminds me, one time we were describing the project doesn't matter, but we were talking to like this producer one time about something, and it was like with like NBC Sports or whatever, remember we're going with this, right? The guy who was the producer, we're in his car and we're driving down the road and he gets a phone call. He picks up the phone and he just goes, yeah, you got the rabbi here.
Oh, wow. I like that.
I was just like, you just introduced yourself to me as Gary.
Were you teleported into Uncut Gems?
Dude, it was really something. It was just like, it was me and friend of the show, Sean Weiner. We looked at each other like, the rabbi.
Excuse me?
But they run afoul of a MiG and they're trying to, like, I guess, shoo him away, essentially, like, with a plane.
It's kind of like, get up in his face. Obviously, don't fire anything, but show him, like, fuck around, find out.
Sure.
Warning thing. Like, how to fire off a warning shot without actually firing the shot, basically.
This is essentially shoving each other in the chest with jets.
That's why I feel, not that you'd be able to hear it, but maybe if you got one big enough, like, because I'm thinking about, like, this is kind of like a traffic jam. And if I'm behind the wheel, I'm laying on that horn. So, like, give a jet a horn.
And then they
really big. Oh, they call them air horns for a reason, I bet.
It's true. I mean, I guess you're probably going so fast.
Well,
I imagine the...
Did he just honk? I can't hear. I can't. Like, it's deafening sound. I cannot hear. Is that a honk?
Someone laying on the horn up here?
That could just be my actual hearing going for good.
Should have
but
just
maybe.
given him a friendly tap there. What's that?
Just actually tapped out, like they do the upside down thing and start.
This move, speaking of that upside down thing, dude, I feel like this gets you kicked out.
I think they have the same exact shot in Hot Shots, and it's supposed to be ridiculous.
They're like, hey, Charlie Sheen, this part's like not really a parody, man. He just does the same dumb thing.
I think like a bunch of porno mags and handcuffs start hitting the top of the.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Oh, that's right.
That sounds right.
It's been a while for Hot Shots. It might be a this weekend situation.
Ooh, yeah.
Part 2 ain't too bad either. I mean, it's bad, but.
Well, that just underwent an Eric Siska reevaluation, and he had high marks for it.
There's a lot of Saddam jokes. I'm all
well, you're not going to escape that.
But they go upside down, and Goose takes a Polaroid. He's got an enormous fucking Polaroid camera on his lap, I guess.
I can't imagine there's a lot of cubby space. Like,
yes, exactly. It's not like you don't have drinks in there. You're not like, you don't have a magazine if you need it.
It's so weird. It's like, Polaroid camera? What are you kidding me?
I mean, this is definitely getting you fired. Maybe, but getting into the upside down position with this guy.
Upside down, Polaroid, giving the finger to the enemy? Like,
but I guess the message of this movie sort of is, you think that Tom Cruise should learn to not be a huge asshole, but actually, he should just keep it going. Keep the pace.
He's got to stop pushing against it. He's got to go with the flow and be full asshole.
Yeah, lean in, dude. Just let it take, like a fucking river, dude, like a river current. Just let it take you.
Believe you will never die, and then get into a jet airplane.
Because it's harnessing the assholery and using it for good. Like the start of this movie,
Yes.
Yeah.
he's just running buck wild being an asshole. But by the end of it, Val Kilmer, in all of Iceman's wise Zen thinking, gets him to realize if you harness the assholery, you can be even a more productive pilot.
And and Iceman also learned something. This is a multifaceted film. Iceman learns that I should be a bigger asshole. I haven't been enough of an asshole. Is really the problem here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate seeing Val Kilmer's turn from like the dude who's above it all to like, yeah, I'm kind of being a dick too.
Put your friends' life and your colleagues' lives on the line for your ego, for sure.
For fun pranks,
yes,
too. Like
nice
fun little-
stuff.
I don't understand how. I mean, I guess we'll get into it when we get into it to that part of the movie, but like the whole incident that winds up getting Goose killed.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Maverick, is freed of any charges or whatever, but I don't understand how Val Kilmer's not getting a little something there.
Because they're all entangled in
It's his pull away that causes the whole thing, and nobody says boo about that.
No.
You know, Iceman, he's a very valuable asset to the U.S. military, by the way.
What with all his powers?
He's the son to the Hungry Man dynasty. We happen to have him here. You know, we have a big future plan for him.
Now, this whole thing with what's going on here, because it's Maverick and Goose in one of the planes, and then you got Merlin and what's his face?
Cougar
in the other one.
Cougar!
Yeah, hot 40-year-old woman, Cougar. I love it. Cougar starts having like this panic attack or whatever, and it's like, Cougar, we got to get out of here. You know, we're running out of gas. We got to go land. Like, he's not doing anything. And like, listen, it should be a surprise to no one listening to this. No one in this room knows how fucking aircrafts work.
Nope. No, sir.
I have all the respect in the world for the men and women that do this shit, man. Like, it is an incredible feat to pilot these things. All
out
that
of
stuff.
your mind, but yes, quite impressive.
But here's the question, man, because like the whole time, like Cougar's freaking out and he won't land the plane, and all Tim Robbins can do is be like, "Hey, man, put it in gear. We're running out of gas." Why doesn't Tim Robbins have a stick in the back seat that he can take control?
The movie does a very bad job of really explaining what the guy in the back is supposed to do.
And if you're making this movie for all us, you know, feeble-minded corn fuckers out there, like, you got to explain some of this a little bit.
That is part of the point, is that like the guy in the back doesn't really matter more than anything as an emotional reflection of the guy in front.
Basically, his hype man. Like, you got
that's
this, dude. Do it, man. Go for it.
Goose is literally taking pictures.
Like I imagine he's doing something back there.
I would honestly love to know, and you know, anyone out there in the Navy that does this stuff, like, write in, man, because I'm really curious. Because like, Anthony Edwards is taking photographs, and all else I see him do in this movie is look around.
Yes.
Like he's like
a
finding
second set of
people.
eyes, kind of. I guess.
He's the mirrors, you know, like they don't have mirrors, I guess. So he's the mirrors for Maverick in this sense. Do you think anybody got pissed? Like, you know, back in the day, Cougar, it was a masculine name. It was something that meant that you were a dangerous animal. Now what is it? A mother you would like to fornicate. How dare they take it away from us?
Totally.
How dare they?
Also, if a call sign
Also,
is
a
taken,
bear used to be a very terrifying thing. Now it's just a very large, attractive gay man. Maverick has to like basically like. You ever been on like you're on a high dive and you don't want to jump, and your buddy has to be like, "Hey man, what are we gonna do here? You want to?"
There's a line behind it.
That's what he kind of like. Maverick is about to land. He has to go. No. Hey dude. Hey buddy.
It's kind of more dangerous for you to come back at this point. You might as well just jump in. Really. So why don't we just get on this airliner and get out of here? Come on, let's get on the ship, buddy.
There's the Three's Company's on in 20 minutes, Cougar.
Yeah, gotta go, dude. No one's taping it. So it's this whole like Cougar is fucking off, and then like wild shit. Again, I think fucking fired immediately, man. Like he Maverick lands the jet and he's like, nope, gotta go back. And immediately takes back off. And Anthony Edwards is like, I'm getting fucking fired. I'm gonna get fucking fired. What do? We don't have gas to go do this.
And James Tolkan doesn't care for this at all.
No. Oh, he's really upset. Fucking slackers of the skies, dude.
You're
That's
a
what he's
slacker,
worried about.
Maverick.
And he
Just like your father that died under mysterious circumstances.
That
Whose call sign was slacker.
that Tom Skerritt watched die, basically.
And it's not even a thing when Tom Skerritt like tells him at the end all that. It's not specified that Maverick's father saved his life at all. He's just like, yeah, he saved 3 planes from going down, and well, that's about it.
Could you give me more details? No, not at all.
Nope. The movie's got to end. The credits are coming.
He's a hero. Just keep that in your mind.
Count as the epiphany portion of the film, and then next you're gonna go on and just kind of end the movie.
See, his father's heroism is going to fuel his assholery to finally go and kill 4 planes.
Kid, your father was an asshole, and you're gonna be an asshole too.
You're gonna grow up to be a great little asshole.
But Cougar quits, essentially. He goes up to Tolkan, hands him a pin, which is nice. I would keep the pin and be like, can I keep this? And just.
Well, I think the wings are kind of like your badge.
Yeah.
You got to turn it into something.
Got to turn it into something. And my favorite line of this entire movie is James Tolkan, to set up the movie, has to say, "You 2 characters are going to Top Gun." Which is just.
After telling Tom Cruise that his ego is writing checks his butt can't cash.
You 4 characters, I suppose, will be the Ghostbusters. It's just like exactly. Yes, they're characters in the movie, and they're going to the movie.
I think you 2 are going to be Tango and Cash.
Looks like you 5 boys are the Super Troopers.
All right, Andre 3000, all you are the 4 brothers.
Oh, man, that movie.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
You 2 documentarians are going to be capturing the Freedmans.
You 2 idiots trying to make a movie will construct the American movie.
You 2 animators are going to get together and make The Great Mouse Detective.
Just 2 dudes.
Just 2. That's all it took for that. Maybe that's why it's like 71 minutes long.
Their arms got tired.
That's as long as we can go. There's only 2.
You've got a month.
The ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
Yeah.
It's just great, like, screen time production from James Tolkan. Every line is a fucking is a stinger. That's why they call him Stinger.
And he gets to act way more in this movie than he does in any of those Back to the Future movies.
Well, this is pure yelling. That is really his strong suit. I do wish that he had the wardrobe for Back to the Future 2, the robe and the slings of shotgun shells while he's yelling in the fucking...
Yeah, they should be bothering him at home somehow. That's
his call sign's ammo.
Or they go to his quarters and he like just got out of the shower. What the fuck do you 2 characters want?
I just love the idea of calling a character a character. It's delightful to me.
You 2 protagonists here. So I guess the thing is, it was supposed to be Cougar and Maverick going into Top Gun, but due to the resignation, Goose gets by default.
Just squeaks
as
on
the
in.
third guy, and someone, I think it's Iceman, is like, "Yeah, you're totally here by default, man." And he's like, "No, I'm not. We're the best." And I'm like, "No, dude, you weren't going.
You took a picture in the last scene. That's all you've done.
You're the backseat guy."
The rest of the class just starts chanting, "Merlin, Merlin, Merlin. Where is Merlin?"
It's a great question, man, that I was asking through all of this movie. And I don't know if it's because we did a watch of Shawshank over the weekend. And I'm just like, well, that was full of Tim Robbins.
Well, he's a good scurrier. And again, like he's acting like the mirror. So he's just like going back and forth and like hitting the walls of the jet.
It's weird watching this too and having to remind myself like it's 1986.
Yeah.
You know, because like you got Anthony Edwards.
Yes.
And I was like, fuck, wow, look at that. You got, like Val Kilmer, like who was doing stuff, of course, and Cruise was doing stuff, of course. But then like, it's Tim Robbins and he's not quite Tim Robbins like we know him now, you know.
Oh no, totally. He actually I consider it to be Merlin erasure at the end of the film because there's the victory lap and you go through all of the guys and Kelly McGillis, who we'll get into, but it stops before it gets to Merlin. It's just like Rick Rossovich gets something.
Yep.
All these people, Wolfman and Hollywood get theirs,
horse
but
shit.
not Merlin erasure. I call it Merlin erasure.
Up. It's so fucked up.
I don't think Sundown gets there.
I think there's another
so
reason for that.
But the thing about Sundown too is like Sundown was even in the fucking school.
Exactly.
Merlin didn't get accepted, so I can kind of get it. But Sundown was there. He's in the 1%.
And
I
he
would
had
love it if people were just fucking like writing Merlin on fucking Goose's locker, and he's like, "Guys, come on!"
Or they all really wanted to fly with Cougar for some reason, so they're just scratching Cougar back, and he's like, "Guys, it's not my fault he quit."
Yeah, Maverick. It's too bad you don't got the magic. You shut up. You shut the fuck up.
Dude, I bet that's what it could have been. That's how he got Merlin. Was like, dude, he's like fucking magic. Up there.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Merlin. Yeah, sure.
We were gonna call him Magic Man, but then Hart threatened to sue.
Oh yeah, no, they don't want to be affiliated with this. Another great James Tolkan line before we leave him for a while as he goes, something about like if they keep fucking around or whatever, they're going to be flying a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong.
I mean, the cargo plane would have to have more than just rubber dog. I mean, we enjoyed rubber dog shit in the 80s.
Sure.
But like you'd have other novelty items. Some dildos would be on there, I would hope.
Rubber duckies.
Black light posters. It's like, a cargo plane that's going to, populate all of the fucking, what was that store? Spencer's Gifts?
It's going to fly right into the Spencer's Gift.
They just drop them like huge like boxes down to the mall.
Operation Dildo Drop, dude.
And what I mean by that is I know a guy and I can hook you up. It's a really good job with great benefits.
Look, we got a bunch of holiday cards about bonus. We just got tons of them here.
Can you do anything with that?
We fly them by the jumbo plane load. Tons of dog shit. Tons of erotic cards.
Oh, yeah, dude. Porno playing cards? Absolutely.
Exactly.
I remember one time being on vacation and went to one of those like beach stores or whatever where they will just sell you everything, and it's in South Carolina, so they'll sell you everything and shit with the Confederate flag on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Stunningly, this one piece didn't have a Confederate flag on it, but you could wear it in the face of someone like carrying something with the Confederate flag. It was this yellow hat. I'll never forget. It was a yellow, like mustard kind of yellow hat that just said "eat shit," and then had a plastic turd on the brim of the hat.
Nice.
You can't wear that anywhere.
They should sell that everywhere.
It's like
you'll be the New York ones too.
You'll be the hit of your barbecue, but that is it.
The one time, because you can't go to a second barbecue or host a second barbecue. It's like, oh, Andrew's got the eat shit hat on.
But if you're trying to knock out one big barbecue, though, I highly suggest seeking something like this out as a conversation piece.
Yeah, totally.
Your boss will not be grossed out. Your boss will definitely think it's funny.
If you don't want to eat my hot dogs, you can eat shit. Let me point to the hat.
It's not real. It's fake.
Yeah, I didn't shit on my own hat.
It's kind of surprising that there was no Confederate flag helmet guy named like Rebel or something.
Oof.
I feel
it was
like
the 80s, dude. We love that shit.
Yeah,
I guess so, but if there's one place you can't get away from the Confederate flag, maybe it's the American military.
I would hope, but
maybe. I mean, fucking fingers crossed, dude. I know there's a bunch of shit fuck white supremacists in the military too. But
second question about those helmets, which are immaculately painted. Is that something like when you get your call sign, is somebody doing that, or you send it out to a company? Is it on me to get it painted? Like, do I have to pay for it?
I think it depends.
I think you do. I think you definitely for the paint job for sure.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe you could get your name, your call name on it.
Yeah, but like if you want the really cool one with the airbrushing and
oh well, it's like a hockey goalie's helmet.
Yes,
dude.
exactly.
Those things are fucking wild. You know, you definitely got to send away.
Same place like you do like car repainting.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for helmet
detailing.
Just for helmet detailing, exactly. Otherwise, it would just be like, I don't know.
You just write, "I'm Maverick." Or is it Maverick on your head?
Little like sticker letters. Just like, here's the M. Oh, the A fell off.
There should be one of them at least that has like a TGI Fridays wall type thing, like just a bunch of weird shit on the helmet, like a fucking like a Ty Cobb baseball, just like
Ty Cobb
to
baseball. There's a fucking license plate, all sorts of fun shit.
Yeah. A stop sign on the back of it.
Absolutely, dude. You better look out for that guy. He's got a stop sign on his helmet.
Shattering teeth that Jerry Lewis used in a movie nobody saw.
We made up our fake call signs. I was like, I want to be Green Lantern, but I was like, I'd be pizza bagel. But what if some guy wants to be Green Lantern? It's like, hey, that's character infringement, kid.
Yeah, totally.
They just paint over your helmet black, basically.
I think it's no copywritten material, man.
Absolutely.
It's definitely
It's
a
like
part of it.
it's like when you go to when you're going to be on TV, they're like, what, you know what I mean? We don't want to blur that out.
Yeah, no brands, nothing like that.
That is part of the Warner Brothers Corporation, the DC universe. We cannot do that. We are the U.S. military. We only do Disney, and we work specifically with Disney. You want to be called Ant-Man? You go right the fuck ahead.
Oh, but you also can name your call sign after an NFL team, so you can be Andrew New York Football Giants Jufin.
Sure. Call sign Encanto. Sure, you go right the fuck ahead.
But so they go to Top Gun, which is cool. It's
Pretty cool. You know, we get Michael Ironside as Jester, thin as the day is long.
I was
Michael
shocked.
Ironside in
Looking
this movie.
good.
Now that's the question. Is that an ironic name, or was he just yucking it up at some point?
Principal Skinner, they say you are the funny one. Is there any truth to that? Yes, there is.
It's Michael Ironside. Man's never told a joke.
I think it's kind of to like I this is just my read on it. I think it's to make him out to be a clown because like nobody respects him except for Viper essentially.
Yes,
and even him, he's like, I mean, yeah, you made a point, but fuck you. I like this kid.
Well, there's one point where like Viper straight up to Jester is like, yeah, man, he fucking shot your ass out of the sky.
Yeah. I think it's kind of he's supposed to be the punching bag a little bit.
We do meet Val Kilmer, of course, as Iceman. How are we? And like, he's great in this movie. I have nothing but love for Val Kilmer. How are we doing this? Him being in this new movie?
I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out.
We'll see.
I mean, unless you're working into the character, he had the troubles that Val Kilmer has had.
Probably, I would imagine.
Because I'll tell you, man, I watched that fucking Snowman movie.
Yeah.
It's just sad. I mean, it's a bad movie in general,
yes,
but like
the things that went wrong with the Snowman are so. I mean, it's just endless. Everything got fucked.
yeah, but like he is dubbed in it, and it's really weird.
I mean,
Really
I haven't
weird.
had the stomach to watch the Val documentary, which I'm sure is really good,
It's
but it
heartbreaking.
just seems incredibly sad.
Yep, I got no time to be that sad.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm sad enough as it is every day. I'm not just gonna sashay down that avenue, man.
Yeah.
Sad Avenue.
I'm gonna walk down to Sad Avenue.
Watching Val the documentary.
And cry about a Batman.
Yes, but he's awesome in this movie.
He fucking kicks ass, man.
Fantastic.
I
How
honestly,
many movies was he blonde in? That's a lot.
Ooh,
Real Genius for
definitely.
sure. This
Top Secret, I think.
Top
he's blonde.
Secret,
Top
I think
Secret.
so.
It's like a Zach Morris blonde scenario.
Very
Heat,
nice head of
obviously.
hair. Oh yeah. Well, that's like a dye job.
That's a dye,
blonde,
yeah.
Though.
That's like platinum. Like
Mhm.
well, I forget what he looks like in this. Does he? Is it brown in the Saint? Is it brunette?
Oh, well, he's changing all
A lot
over,
of,
dude.
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
guess that's-
disguises
yeah,
in that
I
movie.
guess
you
that's
see.
true.
Not really a good
I mean,
barometer.
I mean the base. The
Yeah.
base.
Oh, I don't know. That's more than likely a stay tuned.
we will
for
get
sure.
to it. We will absolutely get to that.
on this feed specifically.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
Yeah.
Although I find it pretty enjoyable.
It's
but
insanely
it's terrible.
watchable.
Yeah.
But it's one of those movies where like the thing that he's going after, it's like a cold fusion device, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This is a titch too sci-fi for this spy movie.
Well, it's kind of sad. Not sad. Well, it was one of those things where like him and Cruise didn't get along on this set, and then he did The Saint after he did Mission Impossible, and that's just like
yeah,
that's
there never was
Seesaw's-
a Saint 2.
That one's
No.
gonna sting. Yeah, one has Jean Reno and John Voight. The other one has Ray Sherbagia.
ladies and gentlemen.
It sure does. Him in that coat. So you're taking two commentary to get that joke. So we have the rockin' bar scene. We got to
Yes.
talk about it because here's the thing. I knew, of course, that he sings the Righteous Brothers. I learned what that was from Scream 2.
Got it.
Okay, so Jerry O'Connell singing to her in the cafeteria and whatnot in that movie. And Chelsea was in the room when this part was on, and we both were like, oh, we did not anticipate that this part was how he meets her. We had assumed that this part was like later on, it's the get back.
No, it's
attempt.
a pickup line, dude.
And
Yeah.
this is fucking humiliating.
it sure is.
Aggressive's the word. I mean, you really are just like you are laying it all on the line, hoping this woman is not freaked out immediately.
Yep.
you're in 1986 Tom Cruise. Just say, hey, I'm Pete. How's it going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
all it takes. You don't
Yeah.
need to be singing like an asshole.
That's something that was in the commentary was they actually worked this backwards. They thought, what's a good song to end the movie with?
oh, weird.
And that was what they were like, okay, so now we can shoot the bar scene.
Well, because that's the weird thing
That's
too.
weird.
It's kind of an obscure song, at least to me. I never heard this fucking song before. I mean,
What, the
maybe-
Righteous Brothers tune?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Great
I'd
song.
heard it.
No, but
Fantastic song.
if somebody started singing it to you, you'd be like, "Oh, that's that song." Like,
Oh,
it's not like I'm gonna hold your hand or something. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be
True.
like, "Wait, are you like?
Did you write that?
Exactly.
maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. We're talking nigh on 40 years ago. I mean, maybe
Sure.
just people were more familiar with it back then.
Sure.
It was closer to the year it came out.
For sure.
I think it's a Phil Spector song, so you got that romance worked right in.
But yeah, he's basically like him, and he's like, Goose, I'm gonna close with this chick, and there's obviously some very homoerotic back and forth between him and Val Kilmer.
Oh,
and
we are dick to dick in this scene, man. And fucking Iceman goes, well, if it isn't Maverick and Mother Goose.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. And then Anthony Edwards should be like, yeah, man, I've been in the military for several years, and that's been my call sign the whole time. And yeah, definitely the first time I fucking heard that. Real funny. You're fucking hilarious.
I honestly think they should have leaned so much more into this flirting and all this stuff.
Oh, sure.
Like one of the most exhilarating moments is when they're in the classroom and the two guy. It's not Slider. Maybe it is Slider.
it is. Yes,
When he's like, got a hard on, man.
Yep.
I'm like, wow, okay. And the other guy's like, don't tease me. I'm like,
Yes.
wow, all right, let's do it.
They're talking about like, this kind of gun, and that guy's like, this gives me a hard on. And it's like, all right, guys, let's
Yes.
get at it.
Totally.
Do it.
And Sundown has some lines in here also. I couldn't remember the dude's name, but I just got to it in my notes. Of course, this is Clarence Gilliard Jr. He's the hacker dude from Die Hard, among tons of other stuff.
And he's Chuck Norris's number 2 on Walker's Texas.
Oh,
Walker,
yes,
Texas
of course.
Ranger.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, shit.
Mhm. So he made some money.
Ranger. Solo.
Texas Rangers.
One Ranger.
But yes, so he like to impress her, he sings this big song, and like she's impressed enough, but the whole bar gets into it. Now everyone's looking. It's like a public proposal, but you never even kissed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Yeah. Ooh, that's very accurate. That is
Yeah.
what it feels like slash like flash mob, because the whole bar gets in on it.
And then she's just come off work from like looking at the latest casualty list
Yeah.
from somewhere, and she's just trying to have a drink. And
Totally.
she's got this guy in her ear.
Oh man.
Oy, oy, oy.
And like, so is this the song? In other words, like when all these Navy dudes like at this Navy bar, of course, like hear someone start up with the Righteous Brothers, is it like, oh, get ready, guys, someone's hitting on somebody, we got to find out who's singing because we got to come in 20 seconds.
Well, does everybody have their own song, or does Maverick have a list of songs he's like? Can he bust into Rhythm's Gonna Get You
oh, nice.
if he really wants to
That's
do
a
it?
tough one. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't see him pulling it off, honestly.
Yeah. Smooth Operator. That's an easier
Yeah,
one.
that's-
Ooh, yeah,
that's
totally.
it,
There we
yeah.
go. Now we're talking.
But everyone is like into it because they're all he's a character and everyone else is just kind of around.
Yeah, he's
they're all
Horace.
NPCs basically.
And so she's like, oh, I gotta go, I'm meeting somebody here. By the way, are you a good pilot? And he's like, oh, well, as a matter of fact, oh, you bet your ass I am. And she goes, oh, good. This is a great burn from Kelly McGillis here. She goes, oh, good. I don't have to worry about you making a living as a singer. Cha-ching, dude.
I like it. She's putting him down.
Yep. And then she goes and sits down next to a dude that you can clearly tell just by looking at him is a guy who's a real life pilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that guy's uncomfortable being on camera. It's like, he sits down at a table and you look at this guy, he's like, let me sort through the papers on the table.
It's kind of great though because then he follows her into the bathroom. Creepy move, by the way.
Oh, man.
I mean, there's confident and then there's fucking scary. And then, breaking that bathroom space is a bit creepy. He goes in and he's just like, I don't know what you're doing with that older guy. So it's like this nice thing. It's like, oh, let's get the technical advisor in on the movie. He's like,
Yep.
that old fuck can't fuck you good.
Totally, but that dude wasn't there on the day they filmed that scene. Was the thing.
Exactly.
It was like,
He
well,
brings-
mother, I had a great time filming the Top Gun appearance.
What the fuck did he sing to you, Landslide?
Oh, that'd be kind of great too,
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
Brought my wife to the Top Gun movie and they started roasting me.
And then she was laughing, and that got me mad. Let's just say we're divorced now.
He said I looked like a turnip. I don't appreciate that at all.
She says something about like, oh, what do you want to drop down on the tile floor and do it right here or whatever? It's like, because the other thing is he's got a fucking bet going with Goose. It's like, all right, not only do you got to fuck someone tonight, you got to fucking diddle someone in the bar. Woo! Public fornication.
Which to me suggests that this guy has been going around fucking like city, town, state, fucking everything that moves.
Of course.
But like the way he comes onto her suggests he's never met a woman in his life. Like
that's true.
This is insane fucking behavior. And then like, I mean, you have to imagine if cell phones existed at the time, she'd had 9-1 dialed, ready to go with the one.
Because the guy just sings at you and you turn him down and then he follows you into that wasn't very nice.
Hello there, Charlie. But the crazy thing is she fucking helps him out, man.
Yes.
She leaves the can and walks by Anthony Edwards and goes, your friend was magnificent.
Because she's flirting. She's into it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So then like the next day, it's like we're in class and it's like, now class, here's the speaker for today, this astrophysicist. She was telling me something about one of you following her into the bathroom last night. We'll talk about that later. Here's Charlie.
And she is just throwing grenades at her own career by trying to fuck this dude, man.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like I mean, they also like the Navy. Originally, she was supposed to be. The Navy really wanted to be really clear she could not be also in the Navy because fraternization's not okay.
Right.
So it's like she's a civilian. Every 5 minutes, like Tom Skerritt's like, well, look at that civilian contractor over there who's certainly not one of us in the Navy.
Hello, Dr. Civilian. How are you doing today?
Dr. Civilian.
Or
the crazy. Oh, I remember what the Skerritt line is, though, on the intro, because he's like, oh, yeah. Now, may I remind you all, she is a civilian contractor, and as such, you will not be saluting her.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, okay, man, I think they got it.
Do not respect this woman. Just listen to her. Do you understand?
And speaking of not respect this woman, man, Tom Cruise, speaking of roasting, he starts fucking giving her the business during the presentation.
But I'm sorry, part of this is her problem. She needs to fucking say officer. The Goose and the fucking Maverick.
Yes.
She's doing the call signs to them.
No, exactly. You got to be like Lieutenant Mitchell, Lieutenant Bradshaw, whatever your names are. Like,
right.
Again, also, I was thinking about that too. Like, when Merlin's about to die, he's like, Cougar, come on, man. Wouldn't you be like, Joel, will you fucking snap out of it? Like, when you in that moment be like, yo, Dave, what the fuck's going on here, man?
It's a great question, man. Just when and where and why these call signs are being used, right? Because, like, if you're coming over for Thanksgiving and you're talking to, like, Mama Goose, like, are you calling her son Goose or are you saying Fred or whatever his name
it's
is?
part of the lineage of Top Gun is if whenever you go in, you have to be buried under your call sign. So when Tom Skerritt dies, it will just be Viper. His name will not be on the
Well, that's
kind
of interesting, right? Because you just made me remember towards the end of the movie when he goes to have that talk with Skerritt about his father. Mrs. Viper opens the door and she goes, "Oh, hey, Maverick."
Yes,
and I was like,
"What's called this?"
All right,
Meg Ryan's calling him Maverick all the time.
That's right.
I think she says Pete like once, like, "Oh, Pete's a good guy" or something to Kelly McGillis or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining just this graveyard with like you go to like the oldest tombstone that's there, stick. Dirt, snake, the original call signs that were there.
It's like
tumbleweed.
It's like an X-Men graveyard,
Yes,
really.
Totally.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I remember when Fella blew up.
Man.
Oh, yeah, this is dude.
Well, now is Jester like going to Starbucks? Let me get a large. Let me get a grande mochaccino. Good name is Jester.
Oh, you said Chester, sir?
No, it's Jester. Is it a clown?
Oh, got it.
What's your last name so I can differentiate in case there's another Jester?
Jester A.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the person at Starbucks has the drink ready and they look at the cup and they just go, "Just stir? Just stir? Jerry?
I got a chai latte for a moose. Did you say goose? No, I'm moose.
It's just a dude in a big fucking Letterman jacket. Pardon me while I get my car. I'm Moose. Pardon me.
Maybe that must be the first name. So maybe James Esther.
I think Moose is one of those nicknames that does transcend.
Yeah, you could be like, anyone's a moose.
I played football with a guy, a buddy of mine in high school. We called him Moose. It was just what I didn't start it, but it was just somebody did, and we ran with it.
One of my favorite drug dealers growing up was named Birdman. That was fun.
Oh, well, a drug dealer, you got to have a call sign just as much as you do in the military.
Exactly.
Oh man, wait, you got drugs from Michael Keaton?
But again, if we were about to crash, I'd be like, "Yo, Mike, why don't you fucking slow down?" I wouldn't be like, "Hey, Bert," you know what I mean? Like at a certain point, I'm
Merlin, put that blunt down.
Exactly.
Do you even remember my name? Say my real name.
Well, because that's the other thing too, right? If you are potentially seconds away from burning up in a huge fireball, you don't want your last word to be Merlin. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly.
You want to be saying Jeff.
But yeah, like it's going back and forth. I think with the first one, we get our first.
There's a couple like exercise
Yes,
sequences.
the first exercise sequence, and again, like Tom Cruise does a great job. Like they whatever. This is what they're going against Jester.
Yes.
And
I want Jester.
basically
That's a bad Tom Cruise delivery right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Not you doing the line.
Yes.
Him say, when he says, I want Jester in the movie, I was like, that's a take two, Tony Scott.
But there's something called a hard deck, which basically means like you can't fly underneath it because those are the rules of what this the only way this actually makes sense is if you follow the rules.
Right.
He goes under the thing and Tom Cruise is like, no, I want Jester. It's like, well, no, now it's invalid and you know what I mean? Like it's just
You went out of bounds, dude. Game over.
exactly.
We all know that our nemesis in the sky, whether it's Iran or Libya, will follow our rules. So let's make sure we have rules for encouragement.
Yep, exactly, dude.
And then he gets Jester. It's a great move, and everyone's like, "Wow, really cool, Maverick." And he's got to do what he calls what's a flyby to the buzz the tower, which he has to say. And Goose is like, "Dude, we just got here. Could we not do this police academy horse shit?" He's like, "No, baby, woo-hoo,
It's day one, dude. I got to make an impression.
And it's not even like, it's not Strickland, and it's not like Tom Skerritt or Jester. It's some guy he's never met.
Just some guy.
I would like, if this guy had like the fucking taken his fucking the last fruit cup from the fucking commissary, like maybe I'd get this.
I thought the guy who twice gets douched with his own coffee in this movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look a little bit like David Keith from Firestarter?
He does kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I was for a second I was like, say, and it's also, I guess it's just like dudes that look like that get military roles, because he also looks like Glenn Morshower.
Yes.
Another just character actor who's constantly playing authority figures.
Mark, I remember Glenn Moore shower. We used to take showers together. And he would always say, we should do more showers. And I'd say, thank you, Glenn. Thank you so much for telling me about how nice it is to shower more with a friend of yours. Excuse me?
Joe Sundown Biden. That's his call sign.
He would be Sundown, man.
But it's amazing because he is my favorite line, this guy, because he's like yelling in Tom Skerritt's office after this. He's like, "They are buzz my tower, mama. I want some butts. Give me their butts."
Oh, right. Yeah.
I want butts, dude. Love it.
Meanwhile, like Tom Cruise and Anthony Edwards are like standing outside the office, like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. And that guy like storms out.
You get a scholarship to the most prestigious, not even a scholarship, but like an opportunity. And again, like if it's like you're doing something cool in the service of like protecting your friends, or someone's a jerk off and like maybe he's abusive, whatever, you want to fucking buzz the tower and show that guy who's boss. You're just being a dick. It's like leaning on it's like doing a donut in the faculty parking lot.
Yep.
Yep. Congratulations, dude. You're a dick.
Yeah.
And the thing with fucking Jester too, and that whole thing, like, you're just essentially aggravating a teacher. I mean, you fucking said Zach Morris in relation to Val Kilmer's hair, but like he's acting like Val Kilmer himself. Maverick is.
Yes, he
this
is.
shit.
Oh, Zach Morris also has a much better repertoire of pranks. I mean, you would not catch him fucking dead doing a donut in the fucking parking lot. Are you kidding me?
Now I'm just imagining Tom Cruise being time out in the plane, like, time out, I can't fucking get it, time out.
Goose is like, I can't control the fucking plane back here.
There's no timeout back here.
Plane just drops out of the sky.
That rules.
Skerritt says something. Oh, what is the fucking line? He's like, obey or your history. Like, really fucking gives it to him. And they leave. And then this was when Ironside's like, yeah, we showed them, or whatever it is. And Skerritt's just like, Yeah, he fucking beat you, dude. I fucking beat you real hard.
But then again, because the movie has to remind, not only is the guy's name Maverick, and he acts like a maverick.
Sure.
And he's already been called a character. Michael Ironside goes to Tom Skerritt's like, yeah, he's a total wild card, completely unpredictable. I mean, who knows what this guy... It's going to be cool for sure, whatever he does, but it's totally unpredictable.
Ironside like sends a note after the premiere, and he's like, that whole thing about like me saying he's a wild card, you told me we were filming that for the trailer, but then it was going to be cut out of the movie. I mean, did you really? I mean, he just did that thing to me. We know he's a wild card.
And he's about to do something just as wild, just in a minute.
Skerritt does have a great line here to Ironside. He says, because they're literally trying to figure out if they should kick him out.
Yes,
and
for
he's
sure.
like, if you had to go into battle, would you want him with you? And Ironside says, I don't know. And then did you see what happens here?
No.
Dude, we get some Tom Skerritt teeth touching.
Of course, he loves to do that. That's
He
his
is
move.
just, he looks out the window and goes, tapping my teeth.
I love Skerritt. I think he's vastly underrated.
Oh, big time.
Oh, man.
Big time.
He's a rock. He's an anchor. Like, that's what's good about him is like, if you put him in like this in Alien, like he is like kind of the straight man usually.
Yes.
And like, but he has so much gravitas just by his presence.
Kind of incredible that both of the old Scott brothers knew to use this guy.
Speaking of actually another connection, Ironside is in Scanners. Skerritt's in the Dead Zone. You think of that scene they just talk about David Cronenberg?
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, man, what was it like working with that Canadian weirdo? And then Ironside's like, hey, man, watch it. I'm Canadian, too. Yeah, it was weird, though. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, he tried to get you into that chest vagina movie. Yeah, he was telling me about it. Man, I don't think I could do that.
Man, if Skerritt had the role over fucking James Woods, that movie wouldn't be as uncomfortable
Exactly.
to watch.
It moves out of the problematic fave department, right back into faves.
Totally. Now it's just as it is. It's in the fucking PF column, man. It's a real bummer. Whatever. Goose tells him, like, hey, man, I'm kind of fucking scared to be flying with you, dude. Don't fuck this up for
Well, it's
me.
basically like, could we not get expelled because I have a fucking wife and a child, and like,
Yeah.
it's gonna affect my career if I can't do this shit. You
And
know
he
what I
says,
mean?
like, I feel like when I'm up there with you, you're not paying attention because you're busy chasing the ghost of your father around the skies. And I was like, ghost plane movie?
I don't want to die. I know that's, new for you.
Yep.
And maybe but like, if you could just not kill me,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Look, I've got a 1986 Meg Ryan waiting for me. I don't know what I'm doing here,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I would like to get back to her at some point.
Hey, Maverick, man, I got a mint condition Meg Ryan back home. I gotta say, it's weird. Of all the like pop culture permeation that this movie has done,
Yes.
I literally had no idea she was in this movie.
Oh, really?
And it's surprising that I've never like heard this or seen anybody talk about it, because I think she's actually pretty great in this movie.
This is the era of her secretly, because you forget she's an Armed and Dangerous too.
Mhm.
Oh,
She's
I
just
didn't forget
secretly,
that.
I mean, I forget. This is an era where I just didn't remember her being in things.
She's like Amityville, I think, and I looked it up. She's in a couple episodes of Charles in Charge. You know what I mean? Like that's
By
kind
86, she hadn't done I mean, I guess I should have her IMDb open. What was I thinking about?
of Inner Space.
No, what was the
When Harry Met Sally.
No, I know that's a
Joe
little
versus the
later.
Volcano.
Like that shit. All the like, isn't she also? Is she the woman in Volunteers with Hanks and Candy, or is that somebody else?
No, I think that's somebody else.
I think that's somebody else.
Joe versus the Volcano. That was her
Yes,
and Tom Hanks.
but that's like 89 or something.
Oh wow! Oh, I thought that was earlier in the. Oh, okay,
yeah. So she's just this is like a breakout movie for her, and she's really great in
she's
it.
so fucking good in it.
But so they
Oh, we get the brief study hall flirtation scene
Oh, that's
where
right.
Kelly McGillis like walks in, sees Maverick like studying at a table,
Oh,
and
right.
she's like, "Yeah, I'll throw my career down the toilet. Let's go fucking flirt with this guy."
there's
again."
dudes. His enemy, this big dude Rick Rossovich from Terminator, by the way, previous Patreon episode.
Who's Rick Rossovich in Terminator?
He's the scumbag boyfriend that gets murdered.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And he's Slider.
Yes, he's
Slider.
Slider.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
because they're like
That's a tall guy.
He's a very
Slider's
big
a
dude.
tall dude.
absolutely.
Did that guy play basketball or anything?
He might. He should.
There was another guy. What's the other hunk that looks just like Ross? Whip Hebley or something like
Oh,
that?
yes.
Oh, that guy's
incredible
Hollywood.
name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Whip
Hollywood,
Hebley,
yes,
I think
yeah.
is Hollywood. That I was like, because that guy, it's a weird. I have no fucking clue who this guy is. But when you get the victory lap credit sequence,
Yes,
at the
he's
end,
in there.
He's in there and has this like incredible like classic Hollywood look to him, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, did this guy turn out to be like a pervert or something? Like, why didn't he have a career? Not that being a pervert would stop. But did he kill somebody? Not that killing somebody would stop him.
Maybe he wasn't enough of a pervert. Was the
Oh,
idea.
well, that's the
problem.
thing. They wanted to get down
He
to some
didn't.
sick shit. And he said no.
Didn't level up quick enough. You
Got
really
it.
have to do it quick.
But yeah,
Got
look,
it.
in front of his rival, she gives him a piece of paper with her address on it. Like,
Yep.
come fuck me at not 5:30 sharp, by the way.
Yep.
5:30 sharp.
You better get there.
But he has to play with the boys first, dude. Gotta get
Hey.
This volleyball sequence. One of the things.
playing with the boys.
Having not actually seen the movie, I had just assumed that this was on a beach.
Yep.
It's just a disgusting sand pit on this fucking base or wherever they are.
Because you want to be a little filthy when
It's
you're doing when
gnarly,
you're playing
dude.
with
You
your
know,
boys.
there's fucking pee in that sand.
Oh, for sure.
It's disgusting.
It's
I'm
kind of
playing
great
with
because
the boys.
it's Kilmer and Rosovich who are like jacked out of their minds
Woo. Yep.
versus Cruz who's really cut. And you know who's wearing his shirt? It's Mr. Anthony, Mr. Revenge of the Nerds himself, Anthony
Absolutely,
Edwards.
dude. Because you know what? No matter how many ice cubes you put on them things, those nipples were staying puffy and flat. And
Right,
he
yeah.
was like, I can't get him hard. I can't. If they're not cutting glass, I'm keeping this T-shirt on.
We have this glass just to test every time you get on screen, and this just isn't going to cut it.
It's Val Kilmer's fucking shattering windshields with his nipples.
Anthony, can your nipples get any harder though? No. Anything with they're just flat.
Wow, looks like two pink marshmallows.
Anthony, do you want to? We could get you a private trainer. You
Oh man, a
understand?
nipple trainer.
Just to keep you in shape. We want, nipple uniformity.
Or you get the
Val,
clamps.
who do you use for your nipples?
Oh, I don't need an assistant. This is Nacho Val.
Of course it is. Just fantastic,
God
Val.
damn, look at those nipples on Kilmer.
Can I get a Polaroid of that? You got a Polaroid around?
Goose, where's your Polaroid camera?
But they're just having a sweaty, sexy volleyball playing with the boys.
Pretty hot.
Kenny Loggins.
It's a great tune.
They give you some time with it. It's not just a bite. They want you, a little bit of an appetizer here.
Oh, big time. And so so he winds up being late to the sex dinner.
Mm-hmm.
This was a crazy thing. I don't think it is, but is this the house from fucking chairman of the board that Carrot Top and all his buddies live in? Doesn't it kind of look like it? I don't know.
It very well could be.
There's probably 1,000 of those houses in California, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we don't see inside to see if it's full of shit. If it was, it might very well be.
And Estelle Harris screaming at them.
Exactly. Where's the red Kelly McGillis?
Get your red. Oh, another one of your boys are over.
Oh, he's a bomber, is he?
But this is a power move. He shows up late, and he's apologetic, and she says, no apologies. And he's like, "You mind if I take a shower?" And she's like, "Yes, it's my fuck. I don't know. I don't want you in my bathroom right now, dude.
No.
A whole shower."
Showering. Here's the thing. Showering at a hotel is one universe. Showering in your home shower is, of course, the most comfortable, preferred.
For sure.
universe. Yeah. Showering literally anywhere else, fuck it. Just fuck it, dude. I can't take showers at other people's houses.
Oh,
like
really?
a house, it's like, because it reminds you of your own house.
Yes. Sure.
But the shower, like things are in different places.
And now all of a sudden, more than likely you're dealing with a single bar of soap. Now this guy's putting it in his taint, which again,
Totally.
you're going to get in there at some point, but not yet.
No.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're using somebody else's soap, absolutely not. That's not happening.
They
But
haven't even shared a meal yet. You can't wash your taint with her bar of soap.
a water heater. If you have a water heater, I'll use your shower. I will do that. But the thing with this is he's clearly on a system. He's like, all right, I got all worked up with the boys.
Yep.
I'm sweaty. I got the pheromones of running wild. I'm not going to shower before I get to this lady's house because she's going to smell my dank shit and she's going to
sure.
go crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to then tell her, a la some weird fucking porno scene, I'm going to go into the shower and get naked.
Yes.
And maybe you want to hang out right outside of it.
And she's like, "No, absolutely not."
No,
Because
that's
she
my
knows
career.
that that's going to be the move. It's going to be that, like you just described, or
Yes.
possibly like he comes out totally fucking nude, just
Yeah.
completely hanging brain, and he goes, "Oh, it's weird, Charlie. You and I both have the same invisible towel."
Oh, the old invisible towel gag.
Totally, man. Gets him every time, says Maverick.
Oh, what? You didn't grow up with nudist parents? I just
exactly.
assumed.
Or like, "Oh, I forgot my towel."
Oh, I can't
or-
use towel. I notice you only have 100 40 thread towels. They irritate me, so I'm just gonna air dry.
Yeah.
Just let this.
It's gonna stand out on your patio and just air dry in the nude. Oh, hello, neighbors.
No, it doesn't hang so low when they dry. It's low more.
They have dinner, which is nice.
It's a nice little dinner. He tells some rambling story about his dead mother listening to Otis
Dude,
Redding.
that's fucking creepy as all hell.
This is the weirdest story I've ever heard in my life. He's like, oh man, my mother used to listen to this song all the time. I fucking hate this song.
Yeah.
It's on the Dock of the Bay, by the way.
Yeah, it's
One of the fucking greatest songs of all time. Absolutely.
He's like, I fucking hate this song, but boy, my mother liked it. Crickets. Like, that's the story.
Yeah, it's even worse though. He's like, she would just go into her room and listen to it for hours, 4 hours. So like now your mom's either really stoned or incredibly depressed. Those are the two options.
Yeah, your mother was in Train Spotting.
Yeah, what was the boozing situation in the Maverick household?
A lot.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're flying from, basically.
That's back when you could get the medicine with the cocaine right in it.
She tries to fucking pull out some info about this dad because like it's a known thing in the Top Gun Academy.
Yes.
Like something happened to this dude's dad and they won't tell us and like he doesn't even know and whatnot. And she's like, so what did your mother ever tell you about your father? And he's like, yeah, I don't know what happened to him. All right. Yeah. It's fucking classified. I don't know what's going on. Shouldn't we be fucking?
He was a super spy. That's what they told me, and I believe it. Therefore, I'm the best.
But this is when he's good at laying game here because she gets really into him, and then he goes, "I'm gonna go home and take a shower. I like being here. Thank you for having me."
It is the most Tom Cruise Scientology fucking sounding shit.
Exactly.
It's really, really weird. This is after she goes. She's looking at him after these two fucking really weird parent stories, and she just sighs and is like, this is going to be complicated. Crank up the Take My Breath Away. And then he's just like, I have had a great time. Thank you. This has been an evening.
I have enjoyed your engaging with your conversation.
You have beautiful thetans, ma'am. I'll see you later.
It's just really, really weird. And after that, again, it's like, Kelly McGillis, did you hear, like, you were putting out stuff, and did you hear what he was giving back?
Bad stuff, bad news.
It's fucking weird. Dude, there's a robot flying that jet.
And also, you can tell this guy's not going to be cool with it. And that's what the next scene proves. Well, just kind of interesting. They had a reshoot scene in between, which is
is that right?
Yeah.
It's the elevator scene because she's wearing a hat because her hair was a different color.
Oh,
and
okay.
Cruise was shooting Color of Money.
Yes. So here's like significantly longer.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
And then basically I guess the point of this scene is to remind the audience that she's like, I like you a lot, but I'm going to take my job seriously, kind of a thing.
Is this where she says stuff like, please understand, like I still have a job to do?
Yes.
Or is that because
they kind of do it twice? It's kind of a useless scene to be quite honest.
But that's the thing. It's so weird because it's like you're cutting from a very long scene with them together to another scene with them together.
You're right.
And you have no sense of how long has fucking elapsed between the two.
Well, and it's so dumb because he leaves on like I gotta go take a shower, cut to the elevator, and he's been working out, and he gets in all sweaty and whatnot, and she just says like, looks like you need another shower. I was like, all right, was that earlier that day? Was that 4 weeks ago?
Well, now, you know what? I'm going to start stalking you now. You've been stalking me. This is a relationship. We should be stalking each other.
Well, because there's two reshoot scenes, this and the sex scene. Apparently, the sex scene wasn't in it, and the test audience is like, why do they fuck? And then they're like, all right, well, the fuck.
Well, all right. No, that's weird.
I understand that note, I guess.
Yes.
Well, that's funny because when they cut to the sex scene, all of a sudden it turns into a Meatloaf video.
It does. Yeah. It's a very tonguey situation.
Oh, dude, yeah. Tongues are fucking waggling on both sides.
But Tom Cruise doesn't have like horns and like look like he's got like makeup like he's half dead on.
Yeah, it's not a weird. Is it supposed to be like a weird Beauty and the Beast thing in that video? Directed by Michael Bay, by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jerry Bruckheimer.
Quite a good work, actually, of one of his.
It's pretty. It is a rockin' music video.
Rock and roll movie.
And they do the dumb thing in the elevator too, where like they're about to fucking just start just mashing faces, and then the gag of like this other dude gets on, and Cruise has to be like, "Hello, sir."
And I mean, this dude knows what's up. He's like, well, she's fucking that guy. That's for sure.
Yeah, totally. Nobody who are two complete strangers or just like professional whatevers stand 5 inches apart of from each other's faces in an elevator. It doesn't happen. Yeah,
breathing
totally.
into each other's mouths and be like, "Oh, we're just having a work meeting here."
Hey, Viper, your boy's fucking the lady.
Viper calls up the president.
God
He's like,
damn
"It's
it.
happening again,
Son of a bitch. Once again.
Mr. President. It's happening again." Oh, what's happening now? Oh, tongue kissing in the elevator, is it?
Oh, these civilian contractors, mommy. They get up to no good with those fly boys.
Womp, womp, womp. What did you say, Rob?
Oh, man.
I heard she sucks good deed.
That's
Well,
that's what the word on the
that is.
street is 20 years after her death.
Just ask Alf.
I do love, because the next scene actually makes more sense, was probably the next scene in the movie, which is they have this tense scene, and in the next scene, she's chewing into him for doing for doing Maverick shit.
Right. Yeah.
And he gets all pissed about it. And this is when they have like this incredibly dangerous sex race.
Oh my God, dude! Sex Race 2000. This fucking thing.
He's a menace on and off the air. All right. You know what I mean? This guy on this motorcycle, fucking forget about it.
Because he, they have this thing where it's like they're looking at game tape.
Yes, exactly.
And it's just like, you made this move and that was fucked up for this reason and blah, blah, blah. And she's like telling him all this. He gets pissed off and he's like, or she says something like, "What were you thinking up there?" And he's like, "Up there? You don't think. When you think, you get killed," or whatever it is. You got to react, blah, blah, blah. They have this big blowout. He just leaves like a petulant little turd.
Yes.
And goes off on his little motorcycle. Ring, 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 ring. And he just fucking goes. She starts chasing after him in this fucking James Bond car she has. This thing is excellent, this car.
She's mowing down kids, though, to fucking get to this dick.
It's insane. She blows through this intersection, dude, chasing after him or whatever, and he pulls over like, "What were you doing? Oh my God, that was dangerous."
There shouldn't be an elementary school there. It's dangerous. It's near a military base.
And she just says like, "I don't," and this is a bad line, man. She's just like, "I don't want anyone to know that I've fallen for you." And they just start making out in the street.
And this leads into the sex scene. And take my breath away, kick it up a high notch.
Exactly.
Set your lights to purple,
I mean, the fight is so indicative of the whole move. Like, the thing is that he did the wrong thing, but it worked.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. And she's like, "I hate how wrong and right you are." And I'm like, this is like almost operatically stupid. Like,
a right wrong person like that makes me so horny.
you should also be called Rebel.
No, we can't do that. That's the fucking dude from Alabama that's flying
Hey,
planes.
Rebel, come on, let's get him.
Who we fighting for?
No, you gotta watch your hard dick, Rebel. All right, Rouser.
So we get, it's like the second exercise scene here. This is where we get, I got the need for speed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or feel the need, excuse me.
He and Anthony Edwards have pretty good chemistry, I think. Like
Very good chemistry.
yeah.
Kind of weird that they never like
went
did
back.
anything.
I kind of feel like it wasn't the first Revenge of the Nerds movie that ruined his career. It was the second one. And that's when he just stopped doing them.
Yeah.
Because he never came back for the third or any of the other ones. But it was just like...
It was because it was probably like, I just wanted to do the first one. I didn't read the contract.
Exactly.
We got to do a fucking Nerds 2. Is Nerds 2 Nerds in Paradise?
Oh, I don't believe so. I believe that's...
I do not remember.
Like, it's a little later in the franchise.
That sounds like number 3.
Nerds in... I'm looking up Nerds in Paradise.
I don't even know if that's what it's Nerds and they're doing something. They're going somewhere. Nerds on vacation.
I'm just surprised that Edwards.
You're correct. Actually, Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise.
Yes.
Which is actually 87, so it's the next year. So it's just like, yeah, we're going to need you back for that Revenge of the Nerds movie.
So, like, I mean, because what else was going on after that? Because, like, that means he really didn't get to capitalize on this.
No,
Yes.
he had that one weird Moonlight Mile where he's like, it's like the end of the world. It's kind of like After Hours, but like LA.
Yeah.
That's what that movie's called? Moonlight Mile?
Moonlight Mile, or like
Because wasn't that the
Miracle
Jake
Mile?
Gyllenhaal movie?
Miracle Mile? I forget.
Something called Summer Heat he's in. Revenge of the Nerds 2. Then something called Mr. North, Hawk. Miracle Mile is correct.
Miracle Mile.
How I Got into College, Downtown El Diablo, all bad stuff.
Ooh.
Pet Cemetery, Delta Heat, landslide. It's really just waiting for ER to show up.
I mean, yeah,
essentially.
he was also, I think half of those are like photocopies of like, we're picking up babes at the beach.
Exactly. Again, that Nerds movie fucked him over.
Yeah. Oh, they just thought he was like this fucking weird looking pussy hound or something.
And then finally, I mean, years later, he gets in Zodiac. He finally gets to.
He's so fucking good in that movie.
Amazing.
It's
in that movie.
ridiculous. That movie, I was just because I'll say that it's a weird thing about me, and nothing against the program. It just like never came round my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode of ER.
Oh, really?
Not a single episode.
Yeah.
No, for no reason.
Yeah, sure.
But like, so I missed all of that.
Yeah.
I knew he
Yeah.
was on it, of course, for 1,000 years, and he had that weird. He kind of kills himself by walking into the ocean because he's dying.
Yeah.
Very sad. But so I never.
Alpha move.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you're taking control of your own destiny, right?
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. That's a
Absolutely.
Dunkirk death. That's fantastic.
But like when I saw him finally in Zodiac, like it was probably the first thing I'd seen him in fully since them Nerds movies.
What's the nerd doing in Zodiac?
Totally, I was like, this fucking nerd. Oh, Ruffalo, look out, there's a nerd.
Oh, you got a nerd cop.
Oh, yeah, Nerd Cop, dude. That's a movie. But like, and
Yeah.
he's so fucking good, and he is good in this movie. So
Yes.
it is. Damn that franchise obligation,
I
dude.
think it fucked him over.
Sidetracked him hard.
But
I
yes,
believe
this is when Viper comes in, and it's a cool like
But this
them
is
versus Skerritt.
sure, but this is like the principals coming to the class visit. You
Yeah.
know, kind of like we all got, and
It's like
actually,
the coach is playing 1-on-1 with you in basketball. It's like,
Yes.
this is kind of sad.
But it also looks worse for Ironside because it's basically his boss being like, listen, they fucking ran circles around you the last time, man. You look like a real idiot up there, Jester.
Jester, this is the third time they've caught you in these trials. Why don't I just start calling you clown? Why don't I just call you clown from now on?
Look, we already agreed. I got 2 more years with Jester, and then the clown discussion can happen.
But I already have the gesture tattoo on my right arm.
Can't change that to clown.
I can do whatever I like.
I dub thee Jester.
I kind of want Michael Ironside's head to explode in every movie. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be.
Like, it's just like, you went out of the hard neck gesture, and his head explodes.
Well, yeah, you call him by his actual name, his head explodes.
Oh, shit. That's what does it, right?
David.
No. This sequence has a lot of really laughable ADR.
Oh, yeah.
Because most of the guys, like you see him screaming and yelling
Yeah.
and whatever, but Skerritt's got like full helmet on and the oxygen thing
Yes.
for the entire sequence. And there's a lot of him just being like, damn, that kid's good.
Yes.
Wow, look at that. That
Because
kid's good.
Garrett doesn't yell, so it's not like he's not going to be like, come on. He's like, he's really good.
Yeah. Like even when he's literally
Yeah.
saying the words come on, he's
Yeah.
like, come on. Come on.
Oh, wow. He's continuing to be good. That's fantastic. He's been good all these times before. Now he's still good.
And this is like more just epitome of Maverick assholery because Maverick is the wingman of Hollywood in
Yes,
this situation.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going after Viper. Hollywood's totally fine. I'm going after Viper. And I'm like screaming along with Anthony Edwards, like, that is not the mission, dude. You got to fucking watch that guy. Don't leave your wingman.
He's clearly doing this to get you to fail. Like,
Yes.
What else would he be doing?
Yep.
You fucking idiot.
And if you're Anthony Edwards, you gotta be like, listen, I talked to you last time. You got to listen to me in there. I don't know what I'm doing back there. It's ill-defined to even me what I can even do back there.
I'm blind spot guy, I guess.
He's sticking like a silver soup spoon out as to reflect to see. I think, yeah, there's 2 back there, 2 MiGs is what we got.
No, if for longer trips, the guy in the back is there to like, keep the driver up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Like, hey,
Holiday
hey.
Road. How long does this song go on road?
He's just like slapping the back of the helmet. Wake up there.
But they get in trouble for abandoning your wingman. Like that's the lesson of the lesson, and he's like not doing. He's like, you abandon your wingman, which you never do. You know?
It's kind of great because he's like, oh, I got him. Viper's in my sights. I got him. And then, Jester from behind. You're dead, you little fucking kid. Show me up at work, will you? God damn it. I'll fucking tell you. Your name's going to be Clown by the end of this, you clown. I'm not the clown. You're the clown. Not going to have to get this Jester tattoo removed after all. Clown. Other clown.
There's a new kid. His name's Maverick. You're gonna be runt.
Oh, man.
it's just like his name is Michael Ironside. The idea that guy looks like that, sounds like that, and his name is Michael Ironside will never be not news to me.
His call sign should be Slab, like something really like hard and like
totally.
Yeah, I like Iron. I mean, honestly, just call him Ironside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be kind of great. That would be kind of great. Okay, so here's the thing. We're singing in that bar.
Oh yeah,
Obnoxious. Equally obnoxious, if not worse.
It's worse.
Playing jangly piano in this like family restaurant, screaming "Great Balls of Fire." No thanks, Anthony Anderson. Or I wish Anthony Anderson was in this movie. Anthony Edwards.
2 reasons why it's worse. One, at the beginning they're at a Navy bar, and it's like all Navy guys.
Right.
And if you're there, you see all those white uniforms, you turn right back around. Like it's going to be a loud night, not for me.
And if you stay there, ride the ticket, ride the ride.
Yes, exactly.
That's you made that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is again, it's like a cool there's you can get like some shrimp like po' boys and like some beers, and you're kind of having a hang out. The piano is just there.
Yep.
To make just a point here, it is a shithole.
To be fair, it's a shithole.
It is a shit. Like it's like dust everywhere. There's dirt everywhere.
Everywhere.
You are eating some dirt when you eat a hamburger or a shrimp po' boy.
Yeah,
Either way, you are eating some dirt when you eat here.
You may call. I said a restaurant, but you may call this a cafeteria.
Yeah.
One of those places.
You're only getting like the old school, like tiny, like 5-cent bag of Lay's potato chips that are yay big, like almost just a cube.
90% air.
Yeah.
But I also think the problem is it's not even just like, at least Tom Cruise sings the whole song.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards is just doing the chorus over and over and over. He does it 4 different times.
Yeah.
Just the chorus. You take my nerve, you're down on my brain. And he does the whole thing. And then like everyone's screaming at it. And like there are just people like, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to get drunk.
Because the other thing that's hilarious is like their table, because like he's, tip tapping away, tickling the ivories there. And Maverick's like singing along with them and they're being buddies or whatever. And then the ladies are way off in this other corner of the dining room. Meanwhile, there's like a family just sitting a foot away from this piano. It's like, you need to have that real estate covered with your own because you're bothering these people.
Anthony Edwards and Meg Ryan are yelling at each other that we're going to go fuck right after this, correct?
Yep.
While some guy and his they're fucking figuring out visitation rights next to him. Like, I would be so furious.
And it's amazing because Meg Ryan's just like, oh, I love, she's got this fake Southern accent. I love Maverick. He's the best. Goose goes home early every night and tells me about all the girls he's hooked up with. That's phone sex is what that is. You're having phone sex you two are having phone sex while imagining Maverick having real sex. Like, so what do you think he does to him, Goose?
Yep.
You think he takes him from behind?
She drank my nerves and she rattles my brain.
Could you get rid of the piano, honey? Could we talk?
Well, I don't know, honey. I was thinking about I accidentally saw Maverick in the shower the other day.
Oh yeah, what'd you see? What's he working with?
Well, of course he had his famous invisible towel.
Wasting away again in margarita. God damn it, Goose.
We were at a restaurant, honest to goodness restaurant downtown, and we sit down, we get drinks, we put in an app order, so we're locked in.
You're there now.
A group of 10 girls get into a table like three tables away from us.
Uh-huh.
And they're playing like, kind of old 90s hits. They play Hit Me Baby One More Time. And when I tell you, they sang, all 10 sang that song from beginning to end.
Oh, no.
And it was just, can we leave? We know the beers haven't come yet. They're getting them.
That's disgusting.
I wanted to die. It's inappropriate to sing in public.
All right, girls. Next, it's Tears in Heaven.
That's bad.
Would you know my name?
That's terrible. But you reminded me of something that I think is just a bit worse.
Ooh.
Which is a restaurant hiring a performer.
Ooh.
But not putting any signage up that this is about to happen.
Oh, you would go to jail. Where's the jail? Go to jail.
You should be forced to close your restaurant for good. We went to this
That's how you
place.
get a D in fucking the sanitation.
This work.
Yeah, the fucking health department.
Yes.
We're making Hague 2. We're getting a second Hague to take care of these people.
It's just for restaurant crimes.
Just
And
that.
it was this restaurant in Long Island City. It was like this very old school Italian place and whatnot. And we go there to check it out. It's got like a storied history and everything. So we go in, we sit down. It's all totally fine. Very old school Italian, like fucking red and white check tablecloth, like the whole thing. The fucking disgusting candle that's been melting off.
Oh,
under
sure.
the
Of course,
whole
yeah.
deal. And like out of nowhere, you just hear not an actual harmonica, but you hear a synthesizer, like keyboard thing in harmonica mode. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh no, someone's playing piano, man. A dude directly behind us at a Casio keyboard, Billy Joel covers the whole night.
Oh no.
And here's the thing. I like Billy Joel. I
Sure.
love fucking singing his songs in
Sure.
bars and whatnot. Not for a fucking restaurant. And first of all, you don't even have the fucking good grace to play scenes from an Italian restaurant. You're not going to do that. Why would you do that? It was bonk. And there was no signage. There was no like
You gotta let
Jerry,
it-
whoever the fuck
Yeah,
I'm
really?
hearing at 6:45.
You don't give it like a poster or anything like
Absolutely. It was, man, that's a terrorist attack.
How do you stay there, man? I would have
The fucking food. It
Yeah.
was
Oh,
in.
you're waiting the same.
It was
yeah.
in.
that. Yeah.
The
the problem.
You know, the move there is, can you wrap this up for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes out the kitchen, don't bring it on a plate, bring it in a fucking cardboard thing, and so I can go home.
We're gonna eat it in the car. Actually, is what
We're not even
going
going to drive home. We're literally just going to sit in the car and eat.
While this guy's saying, "Hey, Captain Jack to get you high tonight." tip your waitresses and me.
Yeah, give me money.
Explicitly me.
I don't know what we're gonna do with Grandma's ashes. This is her favorite little chicken shack she likes out here by the. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Oh, Grandma would hate this.
Then all four of them at the end of the scene get into
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now because it's all about them. You're the only
Yep.
fucking people in the world, I guess.
Yep. That you rented out this fucking disgusting, dilapidated crab shack or wherever the fuck you're eating.
Yeah, well, that's this. I mean, that's the scene. Now you know that Kelly McGillis is one of them, and now she has been.
Right. That's right.
She's part of the horde.
That's right. She's drunkenly singing in public. She's one of them.
Nope.
Because what's her Meg Ryan yells out, "Take me to bed or lose me forever" to Goose.
Ooh.
Not so fast. I will lose you forever very soon.
I will
promise.
say, you know what? Say what you want about Anthony Edwards' career at this time. They were an item, actually. So there's
Is
that.
that
Personally, he
right?
was doing just okay.
He's doing good.
Ooh. Yeah, that nerd did all right.
Smart fella.
That was the revenge of the nerd.
That was
I'm
the-
having sex with Meg Ryan.
Yep.
Quite a revenge.
Totally, man. Yeah, Anthony Edwards for the win. Yeah, so then it is that like she also, Meg Ryan says to Kelly McGillis here, she's like, by the way, like if you haven't yet, you got to lock that down. And she's like, well, why? And Meg Ryan is like, because I've known this dude for years and he's clearly in love with you.
Yes.
And she's just like, oh, this can't be good for work.
So,
Or she should be, but she's not thinking that.
wait. He's treated women worse than me?
Oh, much
How?
worse.
How? What? How?
Oh, he didn't like just throw your underwear in the hallway and say, go get him afterwards? Oh, he loves you. He must love you.
He lets you stand upright around him? Wow. Well, then that's just woo.
They have a quick shot. You don't get an Anthony Edwards, Meg Ryan
No.
sex scene.
Mhm.
You just know that they're off having some incredible 5-alarm sex.
Yeah, while he fucking sings the hits of Little Richard.
By the way, we should say also say
Jerry
that
Lee Lewis.
their very young son is right next to them the entire time.
And that kid, you know what, man? He's 4 and he's heard it all before.
And you know what? That's how you get Miles Teller, my friend. That's how that shit works.
Oh, he's the son?
Yeah,
He's Goose's
yeah.
son.
Stop it.
I'm not going to.
I
can't-
refuse.
I can't. It's the
I
truth.
can't. We already ordered the beers.
They're in. And now we have to listen to this. Great. That happens to people when they go to our live shows. Like, oh fuck, we gotta. Are they gonna do a whole live podcast?
Oh, fuck. We already ordered the beers.
I thought it was just gonna be the jokes. There's stuff in between.
And the thing is, like, everyone I know who has seen Top Gun Maverick already
Yes.
is saying it's great. The buzz is
Yeah.
really great. Fucking Miles Teller is a virus,
Yeah.
dude.
Miles Teller, I think, may have made out the best out of for COVID and everybody else, because movies that were made way back when and might have signaled the end of his career back then. Now he's getting a second boost.
Yes.
4 years out.
But is he not in this Godfather program that's
He
on
is.
Paramount
Yes,
Plus,
he
The
is.
Offer?
Yeah.
Oh yes, which 7 people watch?
Yeah, I mean, it's not well, but like he's working.
Oh yeah, I mean, like once you do, I think once you're in something like Whiplash, they're like, we just got to get him.
Yes.
We just got to give him another time.
Yeah.
One of these times it'll hit again. No, it won't.
He
He's
will
just
be
such a
likable. No, he's not.
douchebag.
He's not. He's not.
It's
That was a special thing. Him and Simmons have a good chemistry.
well, I'll tell you
Believe it.
this. Fingers crossed, because I'm definitely going to see it. I'm excited for this movie. Fingers crossed he meets the same fate as his father.
That was great.
But I mean, that's the thing too. Is I mean, like Tom Cruise is an asshole in this movie, but he's got that charm, and like it's different than Miles Teller. It just is.
A charmless asshole, there's no potential
Exactly.
there.
Well, that's, I mean, Teller's thing is smarm. He's much
Yes.
more in that vein.
Yeah.
Like Tom Cruise, you know everything about him, and you're like, I shouldn't like this guy, but fuck,
Yep.
he's good.
Yep. It's that fucking Tom Cruise magnetism and that intensity that he brings to literally every part of his life, which is terrifying.
Whereas Miles Teller, you're like, oh, he's a drummer,
cool.
and he's very good at that.
Oh, and his dad's Paul Reiser in that movie.
Yeah, that seemed, yeah, cool. It's
Whatever.
good stuff.
So we get a thing. Somebody, I think it's Sundown, maybe says something about like, well, it's only 2 weeks to graduation.
Yes.
So you know that like
Things
things
ramping.
are, you know, progressing here. Oh, I guess the thing that I was saying about not seeing Anthony Edwards and Meg Ryan having sex, you just get Kelly McGillis and Tom Cruise hanging out on a motorcycle, just making out by the docks or
Yeah.
something. All right.
Because the docs was in the song. Remember?
Oh, right. Of course.
Baby brain.
So
So
they're
doc on song.
They're not sitting on the dock of the bay, dude. They're kissing on it, though.
This is the song my mom killed herself. I mean, I love it so much. She loved this song. I don't want to bring you down. But I think this is the goose scene coming up here, right? Which is basically, it's another one of these exercises.
Yep.
We know that Iceman is up by 2 points or something like that.
Oh, that's the other thing. We
Yes.
haven't mentioned it, but they are racing to be the Top Gun of Top Gun.
The
There's
Top
a
Gun?
fucking prize that's awarded every year.
It's a
It's
plaque. You get your
incredible.
name on a plaque.
Oh, right.
essentially.
No cash prize, you think?
No cash
or-
prize.
Nah,
I mean, I think that,
bummer.
that maybe you get mozzarella sticks at that shitty bar. Maybe that's
yeah.
something.
Oh, we're a local partner with the U.S. Navy. If you win Top Gun, you get some mozzarella.
Okay,
Here's 8 mozzarella sticks, Mr. Top Gun.
You also get to invoke prima nocta with that guy's wife.
Oh, definitely. Or maybe it's a big tray, Steve, and they spell out Top Gun with the mozzarella
Oh, that's
sticks.
fun.
That's a lot of mozzarella sticks. Can I tell you, speaking
And
of
if you
mozzarella
finish
sticks,
those, you get a T-shirt that says, I ate all the Top Gun mozzarella sticks.
that's literally what it says. Man, I'll tell you what. I went and saw that fucking piece of shit Doctor Strange 2.
Sure.
Mm.
And I was fucking high as balls at Draft House, and I ordered mozzarella sticks along with fried pickles and a huge beer. The woman next to me, I've never seen someone so disgusted. Just she saw what came, like, because the dude things in 2 hands.
Yeah.
And you could see her doing the mental math of like, well, he's at the end of the aisle and I'm sitting in the second seat, so he's alone. Oh, all that food's for. Oh,
I implore all my brothers out there, whenever there's a Marvel movie, go to an Alamo, go to any place where you can just eat fried foods. And I mean, like, loud chomping.
Slop it up, dude.
Do it the whole thing. It
Yep.
gross out everybody.
I gotta say, I too went to an Alamo Draft House. I saw which 2.5 stars for Doctor Strange out of 5 for me.
that was a 2.
The first 40 minutes are terrible, middle 40 minutes are clunky, last 40 minutes are pretty good. That's my quick review.
That's about right.
I ordered the chips and queso and eating that in the dark, man. I left that theater looked like I just blew the cheddar goblin. It was just like there was just cheese everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you want it on your face or on your ass? On the cheddar goblin.
That's what I'm hoping. It's really what I'm hoping for is that people around these people get like liquid cheese and chili and bacon just flung at them while they're in the middle of watching
Well,
this
dude,
shit.
I was a true menace during Eternals, man, because that's a much quieter piece of shit movie, and I'm just noshing those chips loudly. It was queso time then, man.
I would start doing the Homer Simpson chomp. Like,
Oh, what was that you said, Gemma Chan?
There, you're not missing much. But, I mean, I think that, 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 I me but it's something. He and Iceman are going after Jester and something else.
There's a funny thing where it kind of sounds like Mavericks in traffic because he just has this line. He goes, "That son of a bitch cut me off."
Yes. And
so you need that air horn, like I was saying.
He's going to get Jester, and then something happens where he cuts in front of. Oh, that's right. Iceman cuts him off, and they get into a tailspin or something, or a flat spin they call it.
Yeah, they're both vying to shoot Jester out of the sky, and Val Kilmer's trying to get the shot, and he's like, "I just need 10 more seconds, 5 seconds, whatever." And then he's like, "I can't get it. I'm out." And he pulls out, and I guess that like Tom Cruise, they say a few minutes later after all this that like the air from when he took off like that went into one of the engines and fucked it up, and then they're like spinning, like sort of like
both
a frisbee,
engines go out,
and they have to like Tom Cruise can't get control of it or whatever,
and they're trying to eject. And oh man, it's an awesome death. It's kind of an all-timer for me.
It is. It's really brutal
because the top comes off the plane. Cruise gets out, and then his Anthony Edwards, maybe it's because he was too tall. It just goes, he goes right into the back of the glass.
Yeah.
And you hear the tunt.
Yeah.
It's a really good thud sound effect there. And the parachutes both open, they both land. And again, because this is me only seeing fucking Hot Shots, I'm like, oh yeah, he gets stuck in the tree.
Yeah, I would cut the drama just a touch.
Totally. And I was like, oh no, that's what do they call that guy? Walleye? That's John Cryer's character.
Yeah. Why isn't he firing one of his rooster missiles?
Oh, I'm definitely rewatching that this week. There's no doubt in my mind.
It's a blast. But he's dead. It's kind of funny watching these Coast Guard guys lift his dead body out of the water.
It's just like motionless, man. And it's kind of a fucking sad thing. It's actually, it works out because like they're in the water, of course. And the Coast Guard guy or whatever is like, you got to let him go, son.
Yeah.
You got to let him go now. And I'm like, oh, he fucking promised him he'd stop fucking around.
Let go of the meat, son. Let go of the meat.
This is for the pigs now, son. Let the pigs have her. The pigs can help him now. Let the pigs oink him.
We gotta get this wet meat into a bag. Let's go.
The next scene is great because it's this dramatic scene. But you know what? It's been a little while since, even though he's sad, we still got to see Tom Cruise's nipples.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is in this bathroom, and you want to talk about invisible towel. This is invisible underwear he's wearing. It's just these jockey shorts that are white, and he's completely wet, so it's just you see everything.
Grieving in your underwear is pretty...
That's Chris Cabin's, what do you call it there, stand-up special, Grieving in your underwear.
Absolutely, and it's just Chris like putting his hands in the air like, what do you want me to do about it?
I was always a boxer, man.
You know, you're just like shaving in your undies, dude, and then like in comes fucking Skerritt, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna start talking to you about your dead friend here. Feel free to not put any clothes on.
And he's like, you gotta let him go. It's been 48 minutes, dude. He says you gotta let him go. Like it's not even been an hour.
But I mean, I think what he's really trying to do there, because he says to him, he's like, hey man, this is the game, and by the way, this is not the last time this is gonna happen. You know, like he was like, this happens all the time with flying around and getting in dog fights and, you know, whatever. So get used to it. Yeah, he's fucking dead, whatever. Why don't you try to fuck that wife? Because that's the thing. That's stunning that doesn't try to happen. Because let me tell you something. I think it's a free pass.
Well, I that, you know, that's a different movie. Like, you know, him pulling a Hunter Biden, I don't know. I don't know if that's really what you want from your...
What does that mean?
Like, because he fucked like his brother's wife.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
His dead brother's wife.
Oh.
Specifically.
Post-death?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Moving in. That's called moving in.
That's a Hunter Biden right there.
The other movie, so that's one movie, right? Basically Tom Cruise sadly gathers all of Goose's things and gives them to Meg Ryan, and she's like, it's not, of course, she's more concerned about him. You know, she's like, she's like, it's not your fault. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah.
He loved you so much.
But it'd be great if he goes in, he drops the box and he goes, they bought it, and like the camera turns and it's like turns into an insurance scam movie all of a sudden.
All of a sudden it's double indemnity.
Exactly. I would
Top
love
indemnity.
Top indemnity.
The best indemnity.
We're gonna have to be cool about this. We're gonna have to play this just right from here on out.
I mean,
jazz starts playing.
Dude, I'm picturing this. It's playing in my head right now. Alternate reel 4 of Top Gun.
Now remember,
What an odd turn for Top Gun.
remember, the tears have got to be real when you talk to Viper. Remember.
She's slapping him in the face so his eyes start
Oh,
tearing
then
up.
Skerritt gets wise and they got to kill him.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is way better.
And at the end, it's Jester who finally finds them out and actually gets to stop them.
Oh.
Finally, he gets his fucking revenge.
After Viper, dude, he's like, oh, hey, Viper, you want to go up for like just a fun flight, you know? And he's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then he fucking does the ejector move, you know? But like, he has secretly removed Viper's fucking parachute, man.
That's it.
And then a shark gets him.
And then, yeah,
Like that Batman movie.
the fall from the fucking into the ocean is like the fall of the guy on the staircase in Psycho.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you use the lame rear projection.
Yeah.
Not lame, but you know,
Yes.
of the time. rear
I'm
Sure.
sorry, I got to do Tom Skerritt. No.
Yeah, we're going to need you to scream a little louder there, Tom Skerritt. You're falling out of a plane.
Oh no!
Hold on. All of these insurance payments have Tom Cruise as an underwriter.
Yep.
Pete Mitchell, eh?
I think that's what they call Maverick in the civilian world.
His name isn't Maverick. It's Pete Mitchell.
This is a good movie.
The other thing that could
Oh, and then at the end, no, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, like he you know, Meg Ryan comes at Michael Ironside, he shoots her, and then you know, he shoots Tom Cruise in the head, and he goes, I guess I'm Top Gun, kid. Credits.
yes,
You
dude.
lost that love and feeling.
And it's a freeze frame on Michael Ironside looking down at Tom Cruise's dead fucking corpse. And the credits are just playing over it, and the Righteous Brothers are playing, but we never go to black. It's just freeze frame
Yes. Oh,
Ironside
absolutely, yeah.
looking villainous.
Love it.
What should have happened, and it would be, you know, much more in tune with the movie, maybe, and not so much a weird film noir plot, which
Sure.
would be a better movie, by the way, no doubt about it.
Sure.
She needs to fucking slap him in the face.
Yeah.
This needs to be the time where it's like, you know what, dude? You're not perfect. You're a fucking asshole, and you got my husband killed.
Exactly. And like you have to learn that shit. And then maybe at the end she forgives him, or you know what I mean? That's what that journey is. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
she's just, it's a weird moment because she goes, he really loved flying with you. And like, here's the thing. Tom Cruise, of course, a total movie star, one of the last
Sure.
to ever fucking be.
Oh,
And like great, you know, whatever. Tom Cruise is great. But like, this is 1986 Tom Cruise. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan running circles around him in
Oh,
this
of
scene. Because
course.
when she says he loved flying with you, they turn to him and he's supposed to like break down. And he just looks like a little kid from Stand By Me blubbering and never really gets there with
Yes,
it. It's
yeah.
bad right here.
Yeah, I love all my fans. I really, I'm gonna get back up there though. It's
The
gonna
most
happen.
fucked up part of this, and I want it to be addressed in Top Gun colon Maverick in theaters this weekend.
Sure.
What I'd like is it to be addressed why Tom Cruise gets Goose's dog tags. Isn't that something you would give to your fucking small child son, you know, or the wife? Like he's just like, I feel like he doesn't tell anybody about
He
it.
takes him out that house, dude, and I don't think he's saying shit.
'Cause
And then he throws him in the fucking ocean at the end.
Exactly. Like it's all about my journey. Fuck
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Goose. Like now some dolphin is shitting out Goose's dog tags when they could have been in his kid's locker at high school.
You know what, dude? But as it turned out, it's better because I don't want Miles Teller to have them.
No, yeah. I don't want any honor going to that kid.
And do you think there's a scene in this movie where he tries to fight Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise
yes.
kicks the shit out of him?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
He's got to
Because-
hold him. Like he tries, but then he gets him in like an embrace.
Because here's the well, if it goes that route,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do what I was about to say. But here's the thing: to watch Tom Cruise beat the shit out of Miles Teller, I would possibly need to watch this movie at home because I might just start jerking off.
Yeah.
Seeing that shit wipe get his fucking ass kicked by somebody.
I mean, you got to assume. I think he gets burned to death in that Only the Brave. If
Oh
you're
yeah,
really
he gets,
looking
he
for
gets
it.
cooked up.
Yeah, I think he cooks up nice and good.
Oh, that's a firefighter picture from the same director, right?
Joseph
That dude's a
Kosinski.
well done steak in that film.
Oh, ooh.
Pretty good
adds
movie, actually.
to watch.
Yeah,
list.
it is actually pretty
Pretty good movie.
And this guy who did Maverick is the guy who also did Oblivion with Tom
And
Cruise.
Tron Legacy, baby.
And Tron Legacy, of
the
course.
big
And
one.
Macquarie's involved. Tom Cruise has gotten very Scientology-esque with the people he allows to direct him.
Yeah.
It is very, and I'm not saying that these guys are in Scientology. I don't know if they are, Macquarie and whomever this other guy is.
I don't think Macquarie is.
But it's very like, these are my guys, and that is it. You
Well,
know?
it's interesting. I think they might be, you're right, but I think for two different reasons. Because I think with Macquarie, he was like, oh, like whatever, was it 5 was the first one that Macquarie
Yeah,
directed?
that
Because he was
sounds
right
right.
after Brad Bird.
Mhm.
And he was like, oh, here's the guy. Now you'll just be the rest of them because we work really well together.
Yes.
I'm wondering if with this guy, it's like, okay, you directed me in Oblivion that one time and we got along well, but yeah, why don't you come into Top Gun? Because this movie will be quote unquote directed by you, aka Tom Cruise is the
What-
director.
Yeah,
it's got to be somebody who's okay with being a co-director. It's like
Right.
Costner. Like Costner is always co-directing his movies.
Right. Yeah.
Like somebody, I forgot this, but it's not actually him who directed Waterworld. It's somebody else. But you always think of it as
Yes.
him.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
Because he's such a good director.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was using air quotes on the air.
The Postman, a fantastic movie.
Dances
Stellar
with
stuff.
Wolves, a movie somebody's watched in the last 35 years. I fucking double dare you.
No,
well, you know, I got to get my Dances with Wolves rewatch in, man. What with Avatar 2 coming
Yeah.
out?
Oh,
The Weight of Wolves.
Because I think now, like,
when
look,
Dances with Wolves: Maverick comes out next year.
here's the thing. I'm putting this together. Wait a second. So the Avatar 2009
Yeah.
Sure.
is just Dances with Wolves with fucking Gleep-Clops.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think this new one coming out in December, it might just be Waterworld with Gleep-Clops.
Oh, interesting.
So then now we got 3 more of them there Avatar pictures coming down the pipe. Like,
Avatar: The Way of the Male is the third one. You
yeah,
think?
no, we gotta start looking like what is the Costner movie Cameron's ripping for this one and that one.
Yeah.
I am starting to get a conspiracy going.
Which, I don't know which one Field of Dreams is, but
Oh yeah, there's just an Avatar movie where they're playing baseball.
we're gonna make an imaginary a world here. It's an imaginary baseball fucking field in the middle of fucking.
They're
whatever.
hitting the baseball with their sex ponytails.
Oh, definitely. What is the because this would actually make kind of an interesting Avatar movie. What's the cruise movie, Mr. Brooks, where he's like alternate personality
Yes.
murderer
Costner
or
movie.
something like that?
Yes,
Costner.
Costner.
right?
It's Mr. Brooks.
Yeah.
Mr. Brooks is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you imagine there's like, so that's one of the Costner movies that Cameron's aping, and he's just like, yeah, in this movie, a fucking Gleep-Clop's a weird serial killer or something.
I'm into it.
Why not? Fucking murders Sigourney Weaver's characters. There was a great point, and then we'll stop talking about Avatar. Someone made a great point on Twitter or somewhere about that first Avatar movie where she, in her fucking Avatar
Yes.
Gleep-Glop body, has a Columbia T-shirt
Yes,
on.
or
and it-
Stanford or whatever the fuck it is.
where whatever
Yeah.
I said, whatever UCLA or whatever the school is, and it's like, well, these things are huge creatures. They're
Yeah.
not people size. So you had to send away for a massive shirt in our world,
A triple X, dude. The triple XL.
Yeah.
at least a triple XL. These things are like fucking 10 feet tall.
Well, you have to impress the Gleep-Clops. They need to know how smart you are. You need
Is
to
it
know.
another planet or is it a dimension?
It's a different planet, but it's
Okay.
like billions of years from Mars or something like that. I
Got
don't remember it.
Yeah.
I fell asleep to it in the hotel. The last time I watched that movie, we were on the road. It was like the last 20 minutes, and I fell asleep at a hotel.
Speaking of jerking off,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's that's where I gotta go.
Avatar.
So like Tom Cruise is sad, and this
Right.
is the sad part of the movie. Iceman comes up. He's like, everybody liked Goose. Sorry for your loss. We're mending that bridge.
He's showing that he's the bigger man here.
My
We
fa-
all loved how much you loved him and how much you are so loved by him, even in death.
My favorite part. Oh, and then there's the part where Sundown is his backup guy, and
yes, that
You know what?
doesn't go well.
for no good reason, he's just not listening to Sundown. I don't know why.
Well, it's a weird thing. Yeah, they do another thing,
Exercise.
and it's like he starts choking, and
Yes.
Sundown is the guy in the back seat, like fucking fire on him, man. We got it. You need the points. Fire.
But why would you why are you pushing this? Like, if you're Viper, why, like, other than you have a hard on for this kid,
Yes. Sure.
why would you be pushing him to be like, you just the kid, his fucking Rio just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like fucking, you sent Cougar out of here just for getting a panic attack.
Yes.
He just killed his best friend. What the fuck?
Cougar quit, but you're totally right because Viper does have some line. He's like, we just got to get him back up there. Like, I think he's talking to Ironside.
It's a game. You literally keep on saying it's a game. So
Yeah.
why would it matter?
Yep.
But just in case a foreign entity fucking gets into our airspace,
you never
and
know,
fucking
dude.
starts a skirmish.
That's the idea, yeah.
He screams at sundown, like, I'll shoot when I'm you get some good Tom Cruise yelling, when I'm goddamn good and ready.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking great.
But then he quits, and my favorite line of the whole movie, a guy you've never seen before.
Yep.
He just picks up a phone and calls no one and just goes, yeah, it's Wolfman. Maverick just quit. And I just want that to be his mother on the other end. Like, oh, honey.
Oh, you told me all about you having fun adventures with your friend Maverick.
Oh, no. It's Goose died.
Oh, no. That's two gone of your best friends, Wolfman. Do you like how your mother called you by your call sign?
Is he the one that's fucking the lady? Oh, that's fantastic, Wolfie.
Wolfie.
My little son.
Oh, beautiful Wolfie.
You're totally right, though, Steve.
You have a collect call from Wolfman.
Oh, I'll gladly accept. Oh, hi, Wolfie.
But like the movie stops dead and Wolfman makes a phone call. A guy who's had no lines.
And it's crazy because it just cuts to a scene of Tom Cruise at a bar and Charlie comes in. It's like you use the editing to bridge together
Yes.
the answer. You're like, okay, so this guy who until 4 seconds ago we did not know was called Wolfman called as if he's spoken to Charlie on the phone 1,000 times and called her to say that.
Oh, is that who he's calling?
It has to be, because how else does she know he's at the bar?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's the only.
She's got spies.
It's the only conclusion my brain could come to.
Hello, Entertainment Weekly. It's me, Wolfman. Maverick just quit.
Owen Gleiberman, are you there?
Hi, Larry. Love your show. I'll hang up and listen. But Maverick just quit.
Okay, Wolfie. Well, you go to bed now. This is Mamma Mia signing off.
That's my little call
Oh,
sign.
I'm Mamma Mia.
Papa Roach is asleep.
Big news out of the Beach Boys down there at the airbase. Turns out Maverick quit. This is confirmed by, of course, everyone's favorite pilot in the U.S. Navy, Wolfman.
Man, loose lips, six ships, Wolfman. Keep that shit closed.
They're just like, was no one else like on set that day?
Exactly. Like even Rick Rossovich gets Slider to be like, oh shit, Maverick quit. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
Slider's got a ton of lines,
Yes.
and also like you've seen him around these people.
Or a Sundown who was his number 2 for a hot second. It's like, I guess gotta find a new number 1. Maverick just quit. No, Wolfman.
Slider would be the best one because he actually switches sides. This is when Kelly McGillis and him Tom Cruise are having the argument in that class. Like after everybody's yelling at him, Slider just sink right into his little ears. Like, I just want you to know that's the gutsiest move I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, man, do you want to fucking start necking with me now? What's going on?
Yes.
Absolutely, I do.
Mom, this is Wolfman. I think something's going on with Slider and Maverick. Ooh, tell me more.
Oh, Wolfie, that's pretty salacious stuff. Let me wake up Papa Roach.
I'm going to get the popcorn going.
Hey, Papa Roach, wake up. It's Mamma Mia. Wolfman's got some salacious details.
Oh, I got to turn on the lights. Don't scatter.
It's not another story about that Sundown. I think we heard enough about Sundown.
I haven't heard enough about Sundown.
Daddy's my friend.
Wolfman.
It's
Wolfman. Maverick. He says it to no one. To no one.
You need, because that's the thing, right? You need to cut to Kelly McGillis on a phone, and she picks up the phone and leaves the house.
Exactly.
That's all you need to see. You don't even need to say nothing.
And then you cut to Tom Cruise in his hot morning shirt.
Yes.
He's got this open fucking black number, and he's just like, "No, I'm quitting. No, I'm quitting. Come on, let's finish the movie. No, I'm quitting. No, come on, let's have a movie."
She fucking slams him right here, though, dude, because he's like, "I'm quitting" or whatever, and she's basically like, "Oh, quitting. That's one maneuver you have down well.
Nice.
Eat shit, Maverick."
just like your dad who died under mysterious circumstances.
He's at this bar. He's drinking water, and just like, the waitress is like, awesome. Here comes a 0% tip.
And it's crazy because she just assumes it's booze because it's an adult at a bar. And she goes, I'll have what he's having. And he looks up to this waitress and just goes, ice water. Like, okay. Kelly McGillis needs to be like, oh, that's what it was? Oh, never mind. Straight vodka.
Oh, no. Vodka. Yeah, thanks.
Ice water, no napkin, please.
Yeah, I want to put a ring stain on your bar right now. No napkin.
Nothing, no.
I'm a professional asshole.
Hello, Wolfman. It's waitress. They're here again.
Hey, guys. Yeah, it's Wolfman. Maverick might not be quitting. I just heard from waitress. They kind of start sounding like Transformers.
They do a little bit.
Little bit.
But then he goes to Viper's house, like on his way out of town or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, Viper will be right down," or whatever. His wife. And this shirt on Tom Skerritt. This is a Sunday afternoon classic.
Beautiful.
It is. I mean, I'll never be skinny enough to wear it, but it looks kind of like a George Jetson shirt, like George Jetson cosplay, because it's like an open collar, 3 buttons, open collar
I
situation.
can see it. Yeah.
Really flowy white thing. It looks super comfortable.
It's what you would wear if you were in the wedding party at a very casual destination wedding.
Yes, exactly.
He's got a nice pair of flowing khakis on, just a nice. You could tell that material is very light. The wind is getting right through to those nipples. Don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah,
He's getting ready to like start to get the coals going, get the barbecue happening.
The grill is happening tonight. Don't worry about it.
And it's like, all right, let me just fucking tell this little puke really quickly how his father died so we can get the fuck out of here. I get the pork chops on the grill.
Well, looky here. I guess I'm the father figure in this here movie. Let's give him a talk and get him back in that airplane.
Tried to pass that responsibility off to Jester, but that guy's too much of a fat moron.
It'd be great if you just sat down and was like, well, what's this I'm hearing from Wolfman about you quitting?
I got a call from Wolfman just not 10 minutes before you showed up.
You got a direct line to me. I got a private line just for Wolfman calls.
Maverick's like, who? Oh, Wolfman. It's one of your school chums there.
Hollywood's guy.
Oh, well, Hollywood I know, but Wolfman? Are you sure?
I don't remember. I think I would remember a Wolfman.
Are you talking about Sundown? No, I'm talking about fucking Wolfman, man. Really? So that's like all the inspiration he needs.
Yes, he
it's
just
like your
tells him
dad
like
died a hero, blibbity blob.
Exactly. And then he winds up going to graduation. Interesting little thing here is he does not win Top Gun. Can't win them all, kid. I like that.
Stunning.
Yes.
Stunning bit of storytelling right here.
I did not see it coming.
I was surprised that he didn't just like be like, oh my God, oh Maverick, I didn't think you were going to come to the ceremony. Well, clearly this is yours.
Yes, you won in spirit. And blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, it's a famous Rocky Rope-a-dope. He spiritually won.
Yes.
Default.
And then Tom Skerritt gets these envelopes like, oh, looks like World War III is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Want to get involved?
Here's your World War III assignment. Here's your World War III assignment.
Oh, no, the Soviets are invading. I mean, we're in military action against the Soviet Union right now.
We're dead. All of us are dead.
It's just so weird because, I mean, I guess the movie should just end in training. You know what I mean? Like, we've all learned something and like whatever. And it all maybe like something somehow Maverick gets the better of Iceman at the end. I don't know. You write your movie, but
maybe you want to like actually put some little time into this Kelly McGillis fucking Tom Cruise thing.
Sure, at
the end of it, that might actually make sense.
What the hey?
Yeah,
give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly somebody was like, well, no, nothing blew up yet. Well,
you read my mind. That's exactly what it is because it's like we got this high octane action movie. What is the one thing we're missing? There ain't no explosion.
Wait, do we get the counter out? Do we have any dead foreigners? We need some dead. Okay, yeah, we need dead foreigners is what we need. Okay.
It's also very weird because we're like intentionally not like saying who these people are.
Sure.
You don't get them speaking.
Yeah.
You'd figure there'd be a subtitled something. Like if it's the Soviets, somebody's spitting Russian out. We get some subtitles. There's just nothing. It's just like this. It feels like they cut to the same one guy and you see his thumb press the missile launch button.
Because it's basic. I mean, it's literally military propaganda. So it's the faceless enemy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have a voice. He doesn't have any, and he thought he certainly doesn't have a family.
Oh, definitely not.
No, he's just the faceless enemy.
Well, I guess cat's out of bag. We should tell you anyway. if you fail, if you're the last in Top Gun, you have to be an enemy in live combat. We send you out and we put on a helmet with a star on it, and you will die. Is what we're doing out here. Jester, you want to tell them more about that?
Dobre utro, mama. Yeah. It's me. It is your son, Pierogi, calling Mamma Mia to speak to Mamma Mia and Papa Wolf. My friend's Soviet filmmaking system has died.
Borscht went down. Borscht went down.
We lost cosmonaut.
Oh, there was a cosmonaut. You never talk about the cosmonaut.
Wacky Rogue number 6 has quit the system. He's very sad.
Wacky.
That was his. That's how you translate Maverick to Soviet.
Oh no, terrible news. Bicycle riding bear has died.
Oh no, Cabbage Slaw is dead.
Oh yeah, Russians grieving.
indeed.
How about that? Oh mercy. So yeah, we're chasing. There's basically a thing where it's like, oh, there's 2 bogeys. We got 2 bogeys. There's 3 bogeys. 5 bogeys. And it's a fucking great Principal Strickland just being like 5.
Yes, and
It's
Merlin's back, baby.
Because we're back on the aircraft carrier. So there's Merlin. Like, hey, how was school? How was your fucking trip to Hogwarts? You fuck.
Did you? Well, he has the best of. This is like a fuchsia paint job he's got on this thing.
It's the
It's
best
quite
helmet.
It's the
It
best.
sticks
It's
out.
by far the best helmet.
Yep,
It sticks out.
fucking rules, except that he's called Merlin. But everything else about it is totally awesome.
Sundown's a good second, I would say. though.
Yes,
Not a
that's
bad
number
one.
2
Yep.
helmet for sure. Wolfman, hey, I got this telegram from Wolfman. It says you quit. Man, that guy's got to shut his fucking mouth. Keep my name out your mouth, Wolfman.
Wolfman just has like fur on his helmet, like just
definitely.
the shitty rat fur.
Do you think they started calling him Wolfman because he's got insanely hairy back?
Ooh, that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
that's it.
Like I didn't look at him too closely, you
Yes.
know, because you don't really know him because he's not a character in the movie. But
For sure not.
You think he's got like fucking Robin Williams forearms, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Like fucking carpets on your fucking
I
arms?
would like to see that.
Something.
Good old hand hair, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams acknowledging that he had hairy arms is one of the funniest things on that special. Remember that big, I think it was from
Yeah.
Broadway, that
But
special?
he was pretending like he was eating pussy.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
this is what
Yeah.
it looks like when you eat pussy, and he just put his hand up to his own hairy ass fucking arm.
Like, okay, Rob.
God damn. Genius. Total genius.
But yeah, it's a big action scene. It's pretty good because it's Tony
fine,
fucking Scott. But
it seems like it's the fucking opening scene for what could have been Top Gun 2 1988.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
precisely. Like it's Iceman clams up, or like I think he doesn't clam up. Like he
He can't shake somebody.
Yeah,
There's
he
one of
can't
the
shake.
guys
He
can't
needs
shake.
to be helped, and you know what I mean. Now, you're not Top Gun, motherfucker. Here
Yep.
comes Maverick.
Yep, totally.
But actually, Hollywood and Wolfman get shot out of the sky, and I'm like, well, that's the end of those 2 dudes. But they're alive at the end.
Yeah,
Yep, they make it safely. I guess their fucking roof pops off appropriately and nobody gets
Again,
killed.
military propaganda. The good guys never die.
Yeah.
You
Right,
know what I
that's
mean?
true. Oh, fucking suck it then. What was Goose's problem? Tax
yeah.
evasion?
He's weak. He's weak.
He's weak. He had the hottest wife of the bunch, so he had to die.
He should have given her. Meg Ryan should have been gifted to Maverick. We all know
Oh,
this.
gee. There's a crazy moment where like he's not responding. Maverick, you know, everyone's like, Maverick, what the fuck's going on? And Val Kilmer's like, you know, I need help. Where are you? Blah blah blah. And he like pulls away,
Yeah.
and they're like, Maverick's disengaging.
Yeah.
And he sort of like it's almost like he's got to pull over in the sky. And
Yes.
he's just like, talk to me, Goose.
What are you stopping at a mobile station? What
Totally.
the fuck are you? It's this. Go shoot the thing.
And it's just like, hey, Merlin, man, you hear him talking to that dead dude? That sounds creepy.
Merlin to base. Oh my God, shoot us out of the sky. I'll get out of here.
Yep. So, you know, and then it's like, I guess all he has to do, like,
He sort of uses the force here a little bit.
it's a little bit because he does say, just talk to me, Goose. And then magically, like, everything's fine.
Did you
He
ask
starts,
for me, Alec Guinness?
oh, hello there. Use the DOS. We don't want to get sued.
Just Anthony Edwards' face comes up and it's just like, Goose, don't fuck my wife. Maverick, I'm being serious now. You kill the fucking flyers, but then you do not fuck my wife. You hear me?
There's just one stipulation. don't fuck my wife.
I'll tell you how to get out of this sticky situation.
I'm not gonna have a Miles Teller son, and that's how it happens. He finds out that you're fucking his mother.
Do you think
No.
that could be a twist?
Because I think it's
swear
the
to
same
God.
son that's in the movie, so at least.
Oh, I
Because he got a
see.
kid in this movie, so I assume it's
Gotcha.
You hope.
But I mean, you could be saying back in 1986, he's diddling Carol.
That's a good point.
When I saw him in his skivvies and he was grieving so hard, I just had to do it.
I mean, I'll just say, unless there's a fucking dye job or something, Miles Teller looks closer to Tom Cruise than he does to fucking
Oh,
Goose.
for sure. Absolutely. And also,
Yeah.
like, I'll look up when Miles Teller was born, but probably after 1986 for sure. And this kid's like 2 or 3 years old in this movie. So, like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
so that's kind of weird also.
He's
Who
got a
knows?
long face like Edwards. I kind of see it, but you're right. I mean, it is more of a Cruise.
I just want the Miles Teller character getting bad information left and right given to him in this new movie.
87. He's
Oh, okay. Yeah. Whatever.
He wins.
He
Yeah.
wins. He shoots the last dude out of the sky. He saves Iceman.
Yes.
Is the whole thing. Iceman's plane has taken on both sides like gunfire.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we're too close for missiles. I got to switch to guns. And so, they don't get shot out of the sky, but he's, taking some fire or
A
whatever.
lot of explosions, like a missile to plane explosions, are really satisfying. It's
They're all
satisfying. I get it. I'm not an idiot, but it just doesn't fit in this movie at all.
It feels like the mission should start like earlier in the movie.
Yes.
Because it does feel like an afterthought of like, oh, fuck, no explosions.
Yes.
The funniest thing is in the commentary, Don Simpson, like, Tony Scott's like, I don't know why they picked me. But my last movie was, and he keeps on calling The Hunger his first movie, the vampire movie, The Hunger,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good
yeah.
movie. He's like, it's so esoteric. It's just so esoteric. I don't know why they picked me up, but apparently he had some commercial reel, and he had some commercial where a Corvette races a jet, and Don
Oh.
Simpson's like, well, he knows how to work jets.
Well, I watched this commercial and yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
Give me the Corvette guy. Yeah.
Fucking cars racing a jet.
I'm gonna snort a MiG.
Yeah. Oh, commercials.
He blows everybody out of the sky. We all land. The score swells.
Oh my God. Does it? The fucking electric guitar just leading this score, dude. Oh,
I forget. It's either the guy who did the Terminator or the score or the Beverly Hills Cop score who did it. Howard, what's it?
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, I feel like I was just pulling it up because, of course, he's getting credited for this movie,
Yes.
the new movie, which means we're using that fucking score, which is
They
right on.
Wolfman and Hollywood come back. Wolfman goes to the phone. It's Wolfman. I survived. Yeah, but what happened to Maverick? What's going on with Maverick? I don't give a shit. But Mom, I was shot out of the sky.
Yeah, great. You're talking to me, so you're fine. What's going on with Maverick?
Did he quit? Is he? Oh my God, is Maverick back?
I graduated Top Gun, Mom.
I don't give a shit.
Care.
Why didn't you let Maverick graduate Top Gun?
Is Maverick there with you? Put him on the phone.
I want to say hi to Maverick.
He's such a star. I
You're
love
talking
him.
about this dude, Harold Faltermeyer, Cabin?
He did something else.
It's Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, okay, that was okay.
He did Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, did Running Man.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Legend.
They must be talking about Top Gun left and right in that Val documentary because he's actually credited in that.
That
too.
makes sense. Well, you
Yeah.
have to. It's a huge Kilmer movie. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Like,
big time.
well, he doesn't have a lot to do, but he's there. I mean, he's a great. It's one of those things. Fan casting. He would have made a great Cyclops back in the day in the 80s, like
sure.
because that's exactly the character, right? Like the guy that does everything right.
Yep.
The guy that
Yeah.
like is a bit uncouth, but like you root for him anyway.
Right.
Stuff
right.
shirt.
Yeah.
And then the ending is, you can fly my wing anytime. Iceman says, "Bullshit. You can fly mine."
Yeah,
Maverick.
totally. And
You
then-
got Maverick.
Oh, you tried to be nice, but then you got Mavericked.
Yeah, it's Wolfman. Maverick burned Iceman pretty hard.
Yeah, it's Wolfman. Iceman got Mavericked.
Did you get
Oh my God! Did you tape it?
Did you get the tape recorder I gave you? I told you to because I wanted to hear everything Maverick says.
Look, I gotta start hearing the tape recordings of those sick Maverick burns.
Look, I play it in the bedroom when me and Papa Roach are going at it. So, why don't you just help your mother out?
Your mother's been calling me Maverick Boy.
It's getting disgusting up here.
I love you, Mamma Mia.
Don't come back, Wolfman. It's sick.
He, like we mentioned, he fucking chucks those goddamn dog tags right into the Indian Ocean.
Doesn't tell anybody.
No,
It's
it's
a
fine.
nice little private moment for him and his buddy.
He tells, like he's packing up or whatever,
Yeah.
and Strickland comes in to tell him like what a good job he did and everything.
He goes, how does it feel to be on every paper in the world?
For what? Like,
Or starting the World War III.
Yes, New York. It says New York in rubble. Pilot starts war.
Maverick to New York, drop dead. It's
And they got a nuclear winter on the East Coast, kid. How do you feel about that?
it's just so fucking weird because it's like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure, wouldn't this be like a kept top secret? Like we're doing this
Exactly.
fucking thing, and now every paper in the, what are you talking about, Strickland?
What? Maybe he's just losing it.
Yeah. It's,
We're going to finally die in liquid fire.
like I've always wanted to do. But yeah, so he's like, you can fucking punch your own ticket,
Yes.
kid, like whatever you want to do, whatever. And setting up the fucking sequel nearly 40 years later, he's like, I think I'd like to be an instructor at Top Gun. To which Strickland goes, ha, ha, God help us. And then it freeze frames and there's a fucking sitcom theme song.
Yes.
It's such a fucking like TV comedy. Oh, here we go again.
Well, this movie has like literally like The Hobbit
Yeah.
or like Return of the King's three endings because
Yeah.
the dog tags into the ocean after the big celebration. That's definitely an ending. God help us is definitely an ending,
But a different kind of ending.
Exactly.
Because like Dog Tags into the Ocean, directed by Tony Scott.
yes,
Truly a moment of like the character has moved on. He
Sure.
did what Viper told him to do. You
yes.
know? God help us. That's the funny one to go out. on,
We
know?
couldn't make a decision, so we went with the romantic one. Kelly McGillis and Tom Cruise in the shithole restaurant, saying they love each other. Righteous Brothers. Phil Spencer song goes on. Phil Spector song goes on. Romance. Let's go.
Yep.
Because at some point, Kelly McGillis gets a job with the government, but then she goes back to Top Gun as well.
Yeah,
Well, because she's selling the house. Like he pulls up on the
Yeah.
motorcycle and there's a fucking for sale sign there.
She needs that Maverick dick, dude. And plus, thank
guess
you
so.
for starting World War III. Also, we can't now we can't go to the East Coast anymore. That's just
The coast is toast, it turns out.
West Coast is pretty okay. They solved it until then.
Jersey Shore essentially looks like the set of The Toxic Avenger.
And he then now has the line to her, like, the things could get complicated. He says in that fucking creep, Tom
Yes,
Cruise
yeah,
way,
yeah.
which is like like I'm about to fuck your brains out. Isn't that something like that weird thing that he
Yes.
does? And she starts talking about like you don't do so well on your first outings or whatever, like as far as like second chances go
Sure.
or something. And she says, well, he says, how am I looking so far or something like that? And she goes like, looking good so far.
Oh yeah.
Which I believe is the last line of the movie.
And
You've lost a song about falling out of love with someone.
Lost that loving feeling for the fucking victory lap, dude.
yeah, Mom, it's Wolfman. Yeah, they got together.
Yeah, Mom, it's Wolfman. We're at the cafeteria. Yeah, Maverick and teacher got it on.
No, yeah, I don't think he meant anything he wrote to me in those letters. I don't think he meant a word.
Yeah, we were grabbing beers, and all of a sudden, him and that lady. I don't think they're coming back, Mom.
Honey, are you alone at the bar?
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for him to close his bill. I'm not paying for those drinks.
Well, why don't you say, look, hello, person next to me. Hello, Joe. I'm Wolfman. Nice to meet you.
People laugh when I say I'm Wolfman.
Well, Greg is a terrible name that I gave you.
Well, whose fucking fault is that, Mom?
Look, we changed it to Wolfman when you were 13. I saw that back.
They keep on asking me, what's my last name, Mom? I say my name's Wolfman, and they ask me what my last name is. And I don't have one anymore, Mom, because of what we've done.
Dude, that would be truly great. Name, Wolfman Johnson. The rad thing is after you get through the victory lap,
Mm-hmm.
you get Cheap Trick doing Mighty Wings, which is a
Nice.
fucking great song.
On
dude.
your mighty wings.
Oh, hell yeah. They don't talk about that when we're talking about Top Gun. We don't talk about this song being in the movie.
It's a banger soundtrack end to end, man.
You might say this movie is pretty rockin'.
Yeah, we got a Cheap Trick at the end of that time. You know, a Cheap Trick I always used to like is you hide the quarter and on your hand. It's behind your finger, and then whoops, you got a quarter there. And that's a cheap trick you can give to any. Wait, excuse me? What?
tried to use my quarter cheap trick move on the president of Poland.
Right behind your ear. Look at that. Oh, I dropped it. Oh no, I dropped
Oh
it.
man, there's nothing sadder than President Joe Biden fucking up a close-up magic. Oh, I dropped the quarter again. Damn,
Here comes the David Blaine. Oh shit.
dude, it would be awesome if it's David Blaine. He's doing close-up magic. They're in like the White House kitchen, and then it's like he does whatever the trick, and then Biden just goes, "Get the fuck out of the White House." That classic Harrison Ford line, man. God, get the fuck out of my house.
Fuck out of my house.
And that's the end of Top Gun, folks. Go around the horn, huh? Chris Cabin, what final thoughts, recommendations?
Oh, I absolutely recommend it. I like how bald-faced it is about. Like, so many movies are like this, but then like they try very hard. Well, not very hard at all, actually, to be like, no, we're really about something other than like just the military is good. Like,
Right, yeah. This movie's more than just getting sign-ups.
It's just star power. Like it's
Right.
actually there's no real story to speak of because everybody just loves him, even though he's an asshole. Like not much happens, but like as a thing, it kind of works for me.
Yeah, totally. Steve Sadak.
Yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's irresistible. You know,
Yeah. Right,
you could put
yeah.
that capital I. It just it's the Cruise star. This is when he really kind of came into his own because he was like, you know, and he has some real fire here. And it gets to your point. He's not quite an actor yet. He's not doing like Magnolia shit yet.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
definitely not. Yeah.
But like he's got the star power thing going for him, and Tony Scott's at the top of his game. It works. It is a kind of disgusting piece of propaganda, but you know, sometimes that can be fun.
No, totally. So let's say I was just looking it up here. Oh, you know what? He went from fucking Rotten Rid to Tony back to back because
Legend.
85 is Legend. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, All the Right Moves and Risky Business being in the same year, as well as Outsiders, is what you will forget.
One of the technical advisors was like, "Yeah, Tom Cruise showed up on set before he had agreed. He's like, he showed up on set like with the Legend hair, which is like, and he's like, is this kid a hippie?
You get that hippie out of my jet craft, boy.
Is he gonna have a ponytail or what? What's going on here?"
Yeah, no, as the fucking Top Gun virgin here, like, yeah, it was one of those things where it ended, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
But it is irresistible. It's just a weird, like, because it's a school year movie, which
Yeah.
I wasn't understanding. I didn't understand that Top Gun was a school. I didn't know any of that.
Sure.
I just thought they were like doing missions or whatever, you know. So it is weird because as cool as that dogfight is or whatever at the end, like it's just that's Top Gun 2, 1988. Like that should have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it is kind of weird, but like Kilmer out of the park, Cruise out of the park, McGillis out of the park, Edwards, everybody, Meg Ryan out of the park.
Yeah.
Tolkan out of the park.
Tolkien, oh, definitely, dude. James fucking Tolkien, man. Just a surprise, total surprise.
Mhm.
It's the most acting I've ever seen them in, too. But yeah, so recommends all around, gang. Of course, I'm sure I'm the last person on the planet to see this movie, and you all at home have. You know, rewatch it. What the hey?
Yep.
The new one's coming out. You want to be prepped for it. But that's going to do it for this episode of We Hate Movies. Of course, if you want more of us talking about stuff, head on over to patreon.com/We Hate Movies. We got a lot of shit on
More
the
Cruise.
docket.
We did Collateral this month on the We
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
Movies.
That's
feed.
right. That is out. So we got that going on.
We got another Melrose gonna be coming out. Melrose 210,
and we are in the fucking Keith Gray saga
Hell yes.
hardcore.
hitting very
Don't
hard
even
now.
worry about it.
The Emily Valentine saga on
Yep.
on Beverly Hills 90210 is really heating up.
On Gleep Glossary, we have George R.R. Bings.
I think it's just one R for that guy. He's not a fat guy from Jersey ordering sandwiches, so it's one R.
Let me dream.
And at some point before the end of this month, two things will happen. One,
Mm.
you're going to be way more excited about. One is we're doing Obi Pod Kenobi, or the podcast of Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever the hell we're calling it.
We're calling it Obi Pod Kenobi.
Oh, apologies.
The art's already been made.
Okay, good. Obi Pod Kenobi, recap for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. We're really excited. And I'm more excited about, but nobody else is, a singable commentary to a talking cat.
Absolutely. And speaking of me being the virgin of things, I was the only one who hadn't seen that. We did it. You can fucking hear my mind melt right on the fucking feed. That'll be coming out sometime before the end of this month. Maybe there's something to help you celebrate Memorial Day weekend. You know, if it's not out already, maybe you have a 3-day weekend plan. Maybe you're going somewhere, renting a condo or something, barbecuing.
Sure.
Put on this fucking terrible, barely a movie we were talking over
Fantastic.
for 80 some odd minutes. But if you're sticking here to the main feed, which you definitely should do, because there is a brand new episode every fucking Tuesday.
Mhm.
Steve, what do we got going on?
We are doing a virtual live episode. We've done a virtual live episode on
Yep.
Mortal Kombat that will be
Oh,
available
yeah.
for all now.
That's right.
Mortal Kombat 2021. by the way.
Correct.
Yes.
Not the Paul W. Sanderson classic. The
No Lambert.
2021.
No
Previous
Lambert.
episode on that one too. Yeah. So
Previous episode
Yeah.
on that, yeah. And the fucking Mortal Kombat Annihilation. We talk Mortal Kombat quite a bit on this
we
show.
do.
We love it.
So yeah, that's coming out. So all this and more, folks. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Until next week when we're talking MK 2021. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cabin.
Take it easy.
That was a headgum podcast.